everyone, and welcome to Open Table. My name's Aaron, better known on Board Game Arena as webberaj. If you're just tuning in for the first time or stumbling across this video on YouTube, this is an open table game, and so the idea behind today's game is that I'm joined by three other expert players from the BGA community who I'll introduce in a moment. We're playing a 4-player game, going to be on training mode. It's kind of an open hand game, so the idea is that we're just going to sort of talk openly about what our plans are for the game. We're going to share strategy openly, even if it kind of means, you know, throwing our own game in the favor of someone else by exposing strategy details and that kind of thing. But we just want to have a fun time, share strategy, share ideas. We'll comment on our own games, on other people's games, even what moves we think they should have made, that kind of stuff. The idea is just to provide people who are perhaps newer to Terra Mystica with just an opportunity to hear from experts about what kind of things they're thinking about as they're playing a high-level game. So today's game is on the base map. Factions are going to be selected in an auction as per usual, variable turn orders on, and we have the landscapes off, all the rest of the usual settings. So that's what we're up to today. We'll try to keep the stream to about 2 hours, 15 minutes, something like that. We'll see how we get on with that. Without further ado, let me introduce the people playing today. So we have mfchris, who is from the United States, joining, who's a first-time guest. We have returning guests AJE8 and Superczarny. Welcome, guys. Thanks all for doing this with me.
Thanks for having us.
Everyone.
Hello.
Awesome. As per usual, chat, let me know if any of these guys' audio needs to go up or down relative to one another, or if they're the Discord audio needs to come up and down relative to my own. I have done some audio tests prior to the game, but as always, I appreciate your guys' feedback on that. Cool. Well, without further ado, let's jump over to the game board and we can get this show on the road. All right. Super said before the game started that he was going to crush us, so I'm expecting nothing else.
See about that.
So,
well, I think I'm currently doing the best in this arena season, so therefore I claim I will crush.
Well, who wants to break down the setup?
Michael?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
What do you see?
I mean, oftentimes you look at the track, obviously. So towns round one, not really going to fire off, although the first spade round one might be interesting for cultists or engineers. Digging round three, maybe a halflings could take advantage of that. The back-to-back big buildings in rounds 4 and 5 could be interesting for some factions. And then temple at the very end. Oftentimes I like swarmlings with that. If you look at the bonus tiles that are available, there's lots of points available. So oftentimes that means that factions can get away with just running sort of full econ and getting points from past tiles as opposed to needing to play the track as closely. Lots of coins. There isn't the dig tile. And so oftentimes when that happens, I'm interested in Darklings because you have sort of easier access. You don't have to compete for spade actions, and oftentimes that gives you more access to the 7-coin action. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything particularly noteworthy or unique about this setup. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts.
It's a low-scoring track. The track is not going to score many points in this game. Anyway, you slice it. Like, there's no round where people are like, oh, this is the round where they go off, right? Like, there's no, like, late TPs, late dwellings. Like, there's nothing, like, kind of really where you want it. Like, there's doubled up big building events that are both late enough that, like, one of them would probably be the same as both of them. Like, you're going to be scoring points with past tiles and your faction ability, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, you also can't... CM also really like last round devils. That's all I would add.
Yep. I like the Doors pick here. I mean, if other factions are having a harder time scoring, they can sort of leverage their inherent scoring a little bit. I mean, I think, you know, it's a pretty common thing. People always say if factions have a way to score their own points, then they sort of excel relative to other factions in lower scoring setups. Late workers, no ship VP. They get a cult spade round 1 by taking Earth 2 or whatever. Like, it's pretty straightforward.
What I'm looking here is Cold Bump with 4 coins in them.
Yep.
And Earth 1 opening rather than that.
That's great.
With quite early pass for double dig round 2 maybe. Late workers from Cult are cool.
I'm going to open Earth 2 with Doors, just so you know. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. I'll take Earth 2. It'll be fine.
Sure.
Yep. That's an interesting point. I think that's a really useful thing is like breaking down the past tiles and trying to get an idea of like what you're going to get in first seed. It's obviously really hard to know which of these last 3 past tiles, priest, temp, ship, and 2 workers, like how those are going to be arranged. We don't know what the factions are yet, but we're almost certain that cult coins will probably go to first seat unless everyone rejects temp shipping. But yeah, like I think that's a really smart idea, Super, is like thinking about a way that you can leverage a cult step in first seat if that's what you're getting as a pass tile, and like basically it means you still get your cult spade and you can take Earth 1 if you want it, so that's kind of cool. Gosh, this kind of just sort of just a messy track. I mean, late temples, big building, and the TP but bonus in kind of feels like swarmlings, but the track is just kind of a disaster. I mean, it's kind of a disaster for everyone, but
Well, that's where you pick Swarmlings, right? When track is a disaster.
I guess so. I'll
Although
just toss in
actually
swarmlings.
considering, yeah, I was
You want
considering
both of your
picking,
big buildings before round
Oh.
4, probably, but
I was considering picking mermaids just so
Yeah,
that
I
nobody
was gonna
gets
pick mermaids.
selected. Yeah.
I actually like mermaids here because mermaids can full dwelling rush and to exploit the temple event, which is what I would do. But the TP event, I mean, not the temple event.
Yep.
Now I know what to pick though.
I've just played so much cultists these days that I'm just kind of like, ugh. But although the funny thing about cultists as a faction is, although the track is like, I don't know, like I guess they'll score
I
somewhere
like
off
cultists
this.
here.
But the cult rewards are so juicy for cultists. This is almost exactly what you would see, like early spades, a nice injection of coins, and then just like late workers. Like, I mean, I guess these could be rearranged in different ways, but like there's no temple event, there's no, I don't know. This looks like it's like really juicy econ for cultists here. No priest
Yeah,
event,
I
I guess, is kind
I
of
agree
nice.
with that.
let me solve that cultist problem for you.
Yeah, halfling.
Darn. No, cultist is often my go-to when putting up the auction, just because I find that they're comfortable to play in almost any setup. Even if you have a yellow-black sandwich, I still am pretty happy on them because they've got those points.
Yeah, they're too good in every setup. Boring. Get them out of here. Put halflings in.
Fair enough. Let's see. So we got dwarves, swarmlings, and halflings.
For the record, I'm not sure halflings will be able to exploit the digging event in round 3 at all. I think round 3 digging as halflings is like usually
I think
pipe
that-
dream, and you should ignore it. I think
Yeah.
that like the reason I like halflings here is because I think halflings have a surprising amount of inherent scoring between the 6 on each dig upgrade and the 1 per spade they use the whole game.
Yeah.
And I was planning to play them as like basically a generic round faction with dig upgrades in round 4 or 5, and
Yep.
then like just score a bunch of points inherently.
Yeah, don't kill yourself to like get your digs out by round 3. Do it when it's comfortable for your game plan. You still get your dig upgrade points and your
Yeah. No, I mean it's probably a boring pick right here, but I think just Darklings having a lot of inherent scoring is, and then being pretty flexible, kind of regardless of how the opening position's set up. I also like being able to take 2 workers with Darklings. That opens up the possibility of a round 1 stronghold. So I think that's what I'm gonna.
Obviously, Darklings are very good here.
I mean, not run stronghold, round 1 sanctuary.
I mean, this isn't Snellman, so you don't have to put a faction that's good. But yes.
Oh, certainly. No, mostly just I often have a tendency to play factions or put factions in that I know that I'm not going to have no idea how to play them. Like I could have thrown a fakirs in, but I would have had very little sense of what you're actually supposed to do. And so I tend to prefer not hugely asymmetrical setups when putting factions in for the auction.
Sorry, give me 1 second here. So I always think in the beginning of an auction for a bit because I'm looking up the data on Tunal.
All right.
Yeah, that's
I know you're a big
what I'm looking at as well right now.
All right, we'll pull that up for the stream.
Well, what Tunal says is Tunal says that there's almost no data on this matchup, and if I switch it to Cultist just to get a sense of it, even though it won't be accurate, it says dwarves by. Let's see. It says dwarves by like a lot, by like not 9 points before Darklings. I could say. Okay. Let me just do this.
Well, in the first seed, they get tons of leech in the east.
Yeah.
I think dwarves get pushed up a bit. I do like Darklings, although one thing Tunal I think does underrate Swarmlings generally.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, I don't think Swarmlings are that great here, though. I mean,
I don't think Swarmlings are fantastic in this setup, but as a general rule, I usually give Swarmlings an extra couple points when I'm using Tunal to make choices during the auction.
Yeah.
Just trying to get an idea of starting locations here. I always find it like when you've got the brown blacks thing going on, like whoever's in fourth seat, like whoever plays later in seed order, it was always a little bit more annoying. Like I like that halflings get to know where Darkling's second
I feel
dwelling
like
goes.
that impacts brown factions more than the black factions.
Yes. If I'm Darklings here, I play G5 every time, and halflings can do what they want. I don't care.
Why G5 and not E10?
Because if I play on G5, then if halflings play F7, they're like cooperating with me. I get everything. If they play F5, I just take G6, F7, E10. I'm happy either way. I think in the brown-black matchup, it's almost always correct to just play G5.
Well,
unless you think Swarmlings will go G6. I guess that's.
Well, I think that's the thing. I just assume like Swarmlings are probably getting in on this party. They're probably doing, I don't know, G6, H4, or D2 stuff, and then that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around is how does this whole
maybe you're right.
I'm just gonna bid. In a normal game, I'd be still bidding on dwarves by a point while I'm trying to figure out how these placements go. So that's so like dwarves are going F6, E7. They always do. Swarmlings will place next. Do Swarmlings place one dwelling on like H4, D5, D2 to see how brown and black shake up to decide if they want to go into enemy territory? Like G6 is their second dwelling.
Yeah, H4 is pretty good here. It's it's a very good denying move for against dwarves and also darklings and halflings against everyone actually. They take this whole sovereign idea area.
No, you're right. G6H4 looks amazing here. Swarmlings also can potentially deny doors connection. That actually looks incredible.
Yeah.
Which means Darklings maybe are playing E10.
I see no trouble for dwarves to connect for north.
To the north, 100%.
Unless Swarmlings start H4, D5.
Yeah,
I feel like the H4 start for Swarmling probably creates more problems for halfling connection than it does for dwarves.
Yes.
No, you're right. Sometimes blocking door south connection effectively blocks both their connection, but not in this matchup. That's very true.
One question that I'm curious with you guys is how much you tend to prioritize connection with Darklings. Because because what I was going to say is in Snellman it doesn't matter because everyone starts with the same points and you've got enough inherent scoring. Oftentimes in BGA you get Darklings bid down enough that you can't just afford to ignore connection. But
that's not how it works.
With Swarmlings in the game, you can certainly just go for like 3 towns, no network play here.
Or with Darklings with Swarmlings in the game, like if you go 3 towns, wherever 2 of your towns are located, you connect those up and try to get the like laziest 6 network points that you can.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite Darkling. Like when I love that when Darklings are in with Swarmlings. Is just to go for like 6 network points at the end. I mean, sometimes Swarmlings will have surprisingly large networks, they connect and do network stuff, but oftentimes you can do that with Darklings.
The first thing is, though, I want to just think Chris just said, the starting points have no effect on the correct strategy. This is very important. That if whatever strategy scores the most points if you start at 5 points or you start at
100%.
So it's irrelevant whether you're auctioning or not. What is best for Darklings is best for Darklings. And in my opinion, it usually costs too many resources for Darklings to connect on base map. Building 3 towns, no connection is almost always better. I connect like sub 20% of my Darkling games on base map, maybe even less than that, maybe like sub 10. Like I almost never connect. I don't care. I won't do it. I will make 3 towns. It will be fine.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Like I'll connect with Darklings if something weird happens where people like some games you just like you can just make a break for the north and you get B2, B3, B4, and then you're like, oh, I guess I'm connecting and doing network stuff or like I don't know, like but it's more by accident. Like I never really try to do it. You just have to like ruin your whole game to like make it happen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So if someone gives you connection, you're like, okay, I guess I'll start upgrading shipping and using ship VP and incorporate this into part of my strategy. But like I rarely go into a game thinking that.
Another question I've got is in Darklings, Swarmlings, Brown faction games, do you tend to go E5 for your second dwelling, 1 in the east? Because E5 is obviously bad if you've got mermaids in, but yeah, I don't know, going E5 to C1 often works out.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not sure if there's another spot that I like. I know some people like going E10, B5 and trying to sort of move b5 into b3, c1,
I mean,
etc. But
b5 can be interesting if you know you're getting a neighbor up there, like if witches are there or something like that.
in this
Like,
case, you're not getting any neighbors.
yeah, I think here I'm going e5 and something in the east, and e5 is underwhelming, and you just make a weird town there later, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I start C1 in Darklings or Swarmlings, but not here, obviously. I mean, I think I pretty much exclusively start E5 or C1, and then I pretty much always start E5/C1 and E10/G5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's generally my default, but
so I actually do really like C1 Darklings when yellow is in, but
anyway. For sure, I think it's great when you've got nomads, even if the nomads sort of aggressively digs D2. It isn't that big of a deal to just grab B2 and B3.
I just want to talk about these past tiles really quickly. Because based on the starting locations, unless there's something I'm not seeing, I'm assuming this is probably a situation where halflings won't be able to safely double dig. Although they'll be getting probably more leech than, well, yeah, Swarmlings probably just gets double dig here.
I anticipate Swarmlings getting double dig regardless of what the past tiles go to, unless Halflings specifically take shipping for the double dig.
But even at that, like if it's E5 G5 stuff with Darklings, E6 F5, like I'm not saying it's like that, but that is like common, brown black issue or brown Darklings issue, right? You can't leave a hex open.
But I think Darklings is starting E10.
Possibly. I mean, there is the consideration of just running G5 so that you don't give all of that territory for halflings for free.
But G5 is disaster if Swarmlings start G6, which I think they will.
Actually, I remember when
is it that disastrous just to leave like a stranded sanctuary there?
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you can get enough leech for
you just get
round 1.
massive amounts of leech, and then you just build E5C1, you get one shipping, build another town, B3 to A3, like.
I don't.
I'm not a fan of that, but I agree that you could do that. I just don't like E10 is still plenty. Like I don't think it's like you're getting no leech for tons of leech. Like if you just start on E10 and build F7 on your first move or something, like you still have plenty of leech. Like I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna have more leech than I don't think that's gonna be my issue really.
I guess what I'm saying specifically with Darklings, or what sort of my instinct is, and I don't know if it's actually good or not, but I really enjoyed this opening, is going G5, getting lots of leech, taking double workers, and going for a sanctuary round 1.
I mean, you can do that for sure. Also, I think halflings might be awful here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out, and I'm not.
I don't think halflings has a great place to expand to. They're going to get cut off on a lot of the expansion places with swarmlings on each 4.
I mean, if Darkling starts G5, what I'm now thinking is halflings should start F7 and try to connect north. But I don't think Darkling should start G5. If I'm playing Darklings, I'm starting E10, and then I think halflings is really sad. But
you think halflings is sad
that Darklings
Darklings.
Because if halflings start F7, they're F5, they're never connecting. So halflings start F5, swarmlings are going to be on G6 and H4. That's essentially saying halflings aren't connecting. So I think halflings actually prefer Darklings to start on G5.
Yes, and halflings would go F7, and that way they can probably get single spade. They just take single spade first action if they can.
No, and I mean, in that case, that's better for Darklings as well, if halflings winds up on F7.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Or if... So, because halflings starts E6 with their first dwelling, Darklings makes their decision, and then halflings gets to respond running whatever, and halflings isn't connecting through the south, so halflings probably wants to run it north anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the starting locations, now correct me if I'm wrong, and I've been partially just sort of summarizing what other people are saying, but is that in the east, we have halflings on F5, dwarves on F6, darklings on E10, swarmlings on G6. I think swarmlings are on H4, and I think E5, E6, and E7. I think that's, for every one of those factions, if I was playing, those would be my starting locations. Which just means dwarves gets an insane amount of leech. Halflings are kind of sad. Swarmlings do swarmling thing. Yeah, I think swarmlings are just quite a bit better than halflings here.
think so too.
I think like several like. Then do I have the other bids wrong? Like I feel like I'm comfortable with Swarmlings here over Halflings by like.
I mean, at this point, what I'm seeing on Toonall is halflings as the most advantaged in this setup.
Well, wait a minute. I don't think you can trust Tuna Hall for halflings in this matchup. There's probably not enough
Oh
data.
no, I don't think so. But just I think that is worth noting, perhaps.
And yeah.
That in the 75 games with minimum rating 1,000, which you can sometimes, it's a rare enough matchup that usually I prefer to look at recent games and rating above 1,200. But
yeah, I've been just looking at the cultist matchup with ratings above 1,200. That's what I do here, and I'm just like mentally like considering the difference between halflings.
Oh, I think halflings are massively worse than cultists.
Well, that's true, but I think that gives you more data. I think that it really matters. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna bit swirling some. I think swirlings are totally fine here. Like I'm actually trying to assess right now how much worse swirlings are than darklings. I'm not sure it's a lot. Like what's not to like about swarmlings here? Like swarmlings are gonna like I think pretty easily win like 3 cults. Like I think swarmlings are gonna score almost nothing on the track, but no one is. They should play the pass really well. Swarmlings are really good at that. Like I don't know. Like I get that they're not darklings, but like aside from the major downside of not being darklings, it seems like they're pretty good here.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree on that.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think swarmlings aren't as interesting to play a lot of the times. They're slightly more on the rails.
Well, that's true, but I do like winning.
Oh, 100%. Winning is great.
I'm also considering the possibility of alternate swarmling starts, but I don't think they're that great. I don't know. Like you could play like I hate D5 and I will never play D5. But like you could do something like G6 D2. I guess that's just like less disruptive and there's not much upside. You could play H4 D5, but I would never do that because I hate D5. Yeah, I guess G6 H4 is just the best.
Like an early G2 maybe convinces Darklings to go C1 or something, but
So how do you guys think these pastels are breaking down? Like, you think Darklings just take 2 workers? Halflings have no use for temp ship unless they want to secure double dig, but like
I think halflings takes priest.
And they can put it to earth. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Swarmlings also don't want temp ship, so then they just take either coins or cult coins, and dwarves takes the other coins. Maybe dwarves take the worker for some reason, but probably they're just taking a bunch of coins. And then temp ship's left open, which is interesting. Dwarves don't want temp ship. Halflings will want temp ship eventually when they actually start to expand. Swarmlings don't usually want temp ship. Like, it's interesting that this pass tile like will get utilized by darklings eventually, but like it's.
I think probably it's gonna often be something that's used just to like push someone into being able to take the 7 coins action.
Yeah, it'll be like 3 power and 2 coins going into round 3. Maybe when halflings want to expand north or something. That'll be interesting.
Well, I think there's a chance that swarmlings take temp ship because, okay, so if you're starting G6, right? Like let's think about this, right? You're on G6, so like everything is contested when you start G6 as swarmlings. So like there's a lot of value in getting the double dig, and your other options are so medium. Like I feel like if you offer me 4 coins and a cult step versus like 3 power, I might prefer 3 power swarmlings here, and I'm just like gonna take the double dig. Like that's my big plan. Um, Especially because like if you double dig, you can secure H7 before Darklings if they're on G5, or you can secure F7. I mean, I guess F7's not very good, but you can secure H7. I guess the main point, and that seems like it might be worth it.
So I just realized the other thing that's starting to concern me about dwarves, and then I'm just catching up with Chad, and Deranged, I think, has made this point as well, is that the way the spades are breaking down, I think halflings still are just going to take single spade on G5 and just force swarmlings to cut them off, but like it's still a spade. Like I think halflings get single spade, swarmlings get double dig, and dwarves don't get a spade round 1, which means what's their opening? Like they can try to do double temple. I guess they can take some workers in tunnel. They can like, yeah, I don't really know.
Just the temple and secure cold dig, early pass for double dig, run 2 is
Yeah, so yeah, fair enough. So you have a bit of a slow round 1, but you basically get a few spades going into round 2. Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's obvious that Halfling is taking priest at all.
What are they taking?
I think Halfling should take Temp Ship, maybe. Because
what for?
Okay.
Well, that depends.
Okay.
That depends.
It also depends on the
starting,
opening. So.
Starting
Where
locations.
Yes.
If they can actually place those 2 digs, right?
If Halflings is E6 F7 or E6 F5 and Darklings is on E10, then the double dig is actually fantastic for them.
Yes, but I think it's quite possible that they'll end up in that situation. Maybe not.
I mean, frankly, I think my intent, if I do end up on Darklings, is to take G5. The strategy that I want to open with Darklings, if it's not just a disastrous bidding thing, is to wind up on G5. So that puts Halflings on F7 if they want it, or F5 if they want it. But if they're on F7, then getting a double dig, taking F3, E10 is uncontested, they get D8 as well. That's actually quite strong.
Yeah, I guess that's an interesting point. So, like, if Darklings are on E10 and you start F5, you might take Temp Ship just to double dig G5 and G4. And then you get, like, you don't get to build on H7, but, I mean, you still get, yeah.
Or you could even do, I mean, it might be kind of crazy, but you could do F5, or you could build G4, F3, and then that puts a lot of pressure on Swarmlings to take H5 before, because then, like, Halflings could even do something. I mean, maybe it would be a stupid play to do, but hard digging or doing something on H5 really screws over Swarmlings and establishes a lot of territory early for Halflings.
Wait, H5? Oh.
Just if Halflings takes the double dig on F3 and G4 with the temp shipping tile, Swarmlings can't just ignore H5 completely. Like maybe with the double dig, they're forced to go G3 H5 to open, or maybe I guess they go G5 H5 probably. Yeah, no, that's probably what they do in that situation. Although I guess if Halflings takes the double dig, Swarmlings can't.
Sorry, I'm getting close to going to Halflings.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. This is me taking another tick off some stuff before I jump to Halfling, so you might be beating me to it. Chickens and Deranged are arguing with each other, and also all of us, I think, or something. I don't know if someone can help make sense of this. Someone says, I think you've got the starting locations wrong, and now I'm trying to catch up with what?
They're proposing an I8 Halfling start, is what they're discussing, basically.
Oh my gosh.
8 half. Whoa. That's Jake.
Well, the point of it is that you start there, you take Temp Ship, and you take H5 from Swarmlings unless they single dig it on their first action or something, which is, I don't know.
Maybe. That's weird.
As long as Swarmlings start on H4, right?
Yeah. Well, you get to know everything. You start on E6 and then you just see what happens. But
yeah, I mean, Halflings gets the flexibility of seeing what Darklings does.
So the reason I'm thinking about going to Halflings here is, I don't know, I don't like this dwarf situation with no spades in round 1. Like, I understand it will be okay, you'll get an earth spade, like, but I'm not a big fan of it.
And it's not clear you'll get double dig round 2, is it? I mean, like, you're also fighting against Halflings and Swarmlings, who are both going to have lots of power. Like, so one of them, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
This is also why I quite like Darklings here. It's just when you look at where the spade's going, like, all 3 of these factions really need, like, you can't just do, like, a go tall. Like, if one of these factions was cultists, they could just say, sure, I'll just double temple and not worry about expanding immediately. Maybe go a shipping
I'm trying
opening.
it. I think there's a decent amount to like Halflings. I like the Heaven Heron scoring. I like that the digging means that, like, the spade lightness of the setup will eventually not affect me. I like that I can take double dig around 1 if I want it. I think there's a decent amount to like here. Okay, so you're playing there, which means, as we discussed, so given that you're playing there, I think I'm just playing F7. I think F7 is great for me.
And that's also why I like playing Darklings on G5, is because I still get access to F5, G4. Even, like, I don't care if Swarmlings races me to H7. Like I'll take h7 if I can get it, but I think it creates a more favorable leech situation for me, and the territory difference doesn't really matter that much.
That's fair. And I mean, now, see, like now but see, okay, this all gets really weird because I knew you were on Darklings and you were starting G5. See, now I think that like I've won the auction, but nonetheless, because I think halflings are very good. If I get double dig on E10 and F3 in round 1, my opening is just great.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that sentiment.
And so
it's kind of a weird function of communicating everyone's intentions before, because I think in a vacuum halflings are the worst. But
now halflings can just take double dig round 1 with temp ship, and can you even start on G6 as swarmlings here?
Well,
Darklings can go H7 first move.
Yeah, that's a reasonable concern. I mean, you can start D5 if you're concerned. But I don't know. You can actually lose H7. Like you can build the G6, H8, I11 town. Like that's usually totally uncontested, and like Saint Town down there. I don't know if that's what you should do, but like that is an option. Using H7 does not mean you're Dobbs. But like maybe D5 is better at this point. I don't know. I kind of hate D5, but
yeah,
it does
I kind of hate it too.
Yeah.
Strangled Stronghold on G6 and build a second town around H3.
Oh, that's true.
H2.
Yeah, that because you're on H4, H4 does give you option to the kind of go to Stormlings their towns. So that's an option for sure as well.
There is no ship past tile though, but still, it's an option.
Deranged is advocating for an E11 start, Act 5, E10.
Yeah, no, E11's. I don't like E11 because you're just hosed if you don't get E10. I mean, you can take first action single spade.
Yeah. You actually can.
Yeah, maybe that's not
That's
terrible.
crazy. It makes my life hard, but I don't know what will happen if you do that.
I don't think it's
but
good.
Then halflings, I don't know, but actually halflings double digging G6 just makes Darklings taking H7 way too tempting.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, I guess I can. This is nuts.
Yeah, if you start E11, I don't know what happens. I think what happens.
Still don't hate G6 just from the perspective that even if you do get stranded, like that's only one building. So you do 8 structure swarmlings. Like you want to advance shipping at some point for the points. It's a little I4 to I2.
The problem is if I go G6, sure I can H8 I11. If I lose I10, then I'm down a hex down there, and my first trading post. I mean, ideally I TP like I would have to put my trading post on H4 or something, or I single spade G3 or something like that in round 1, in which case that's where my temple goes. Otherwise it costs me 3 more points to TP, you know what I mean? So
yes, I think
I mean you definitely need a neighbor. Would it be stupid to go E4? Probably.
Yes. I think E4 is worse D5.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But I just think all the early leeches is gonna be worth it. Maybe that's crazy, but like
I don't know, we'll give it a shot. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would definitely do that. I acknowledge that I may be biased by the fact that I'm playing halflings, but I do think that like I don't know.
You get leech here.
Like leech matters for swarmlings round 1. Like for example, maybe here what you could do. I'm not saying you should do this, but like you could first action take workers, and then get the coins back and open Stronghold Sanctuary. Maybe you don't want to do that, but like that's a strong opening, and it also annoys Darklings because the workers are just gone. So that's one consideration. Oh no, wait! I guess you can't do that because you're not on the. No wait, maybe you can't do that. You need to be on the.
You need to be on the big building tile and get accurate.
Yeah, never mind. Ignore what I just said. That was nonsense. Yeah, I forgot who had that tiles.
I can just upgrade and get a ton of leech. I think I'm gonna try that. This might be dumb.
That can't possibly be dumb.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely. Unless you're like really wanting a particular power action.
Act 5, yeah.
And I think, yeah, there's no choice for halflings but to dig here.
Well, I could not dig F3 and dig G7 to get more leech, like build G7 this round. That's what I was thinking about. But in the end, I think F3 is better.
I was just talking about the double dig action as a...
Yes, the way this all worked out, doors actually do get a single spade in round one, and as Drange notes in the chat, I think that's a big deal. I think now, like, doors is actually a lot happier.
Yeah, I guess I like it.
I mean, why? Is there something better for you to do? I mean, I guess you take priest. I don't know. Your other option is priest to earth. No, but Swarmlings could take your priest to earth. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and Darklings. There's already 2 priests, so your priest isn't guaranteed for it. I mean, Darklings probably dig H7, but it's like there are 2 priests already in hand, so.
Well, Darklings isn't going to dig H7 because Darklings wants to open with Stronghold. Or sorry,
Ideally.
Sanctuary. Yes. So I don't think that will happen.
Although it depends, like, if the worker's action gets taken, then I probably pivot away from that unless I get lots of leech. And then I guess I would need to do the math to see to what extent, because I need, let's see, I need 3 coins and 1 more worker. And so I guess I only need 2 more leech if I'm just converting priest to worker and taking kind of 3-for-1 power trade. So yeah, I'm pretty close to being able to get that regardless.
What I want to dig here, though.
Yeah, that I have no idea.
E9 just to pick up the leech, and then that gives you 2 for
just from a leech
1 later.
I was considering fight over in the center over D4 and G2 for a sec here, but we're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Now, Weber, do you want to take a priest action or coins action, or do you want to preserve your power tokens? That's my question. Oh, you want priest to earth before other people? Okay.
Yeah, this also makes. I mean, it's probably you still have it. I haven't done the math, but taking the priest to earth makes the sanctuary open a little harder for Darklings.
Yeah, it puts me more into a spot where I have to consider whether or not I want to swap a priest for it. So yeah, I'm going to quickly do the math, because if I take the worker's action, that leaves me with 2 power, and then I can...
I mean, you're getting 4 more power this round.
Yeah, guaranteed. I'm getting 4 more power, so that should be enough. So I think I am just going to take the workers and hang on to the priest. Worst comes to worst, I can just, like, adjust my favor tiles.
Yeah, Earth 2. I mean, there's also Priest of Water, Water 2
Earth 2 is... Yeah. No, I mean, I generally prefer... yeah, I generally prefer going Fire 1, Earth 1, with the Sanctuary open. But...
Well, no one here is taking Earth 1. Well, I guess maybe that's not true, but like because Swarmling is in the game, right? Like, there's not a lot of Earth 1 pressure in round 1, so like people can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I also think
mostly there's not going to be a race for it, but usually as Darklings, when I get a Sanctuary, I'm not interested in building another temple, maybe until like round 4. And so at that point, Earth 1, it's a question of just for the course of the game, would I rather have Earth 1 or Earth 2? And I think that I probably would rather have Earth 1 and Fire 1.
Yes.
Although I guess there is a case to be made that Earth 2, Earth 1 with the, if you look at the round 3 and round 1 cult bonuses, that actually could be pretty nice, and a lot of the competition is for the spade actions, so it wouldn't surprise me if I had more access to the 7-coin action than you would in a normal normal Darklings game.
Sorry, give me one moment. I'm noticing here that I could burn down to 5 tokens, take the priest, send priest to Earth, take Earth 2, and get a cultivate.
Seems strong. G7.
That's like kind of crazy because, well, I'm gonna force myself to upgrade digs very early, and I'm also not gonna take, like, I kind of want to take Fire One. Like it's not really the tile I prefer, or the third tile I prefer, but it might still be worth it.
Both D4 and G2 this way, because you might not be able to upgrade digs fast enough before I take them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Just a concern.
I suspect this isn't that great.
You can also go G1 at some point, you know.
I mean, I also could take a priest and the priest to water, and then try to, like, get up the water point.
Water 2, halflings, that's the thing.
Well, I don't think I would take water 2, it's more that I would next turn send another priest to water. But I guess that's all. This all sounds kind of medium. I'm not sure any of this is better than just, like, playing very standard, taking Fire 1 and saving my tokens. Like, I
and
really
are
like
you are you building a second temple next round?
Oh, I don't know. I can.
Like, I guess my question is Fire 1 better? Is, like, Fire 1 better than Earth 1 here? Like, are 3 coins going into next round better than 4 points? Like, it's decent if you also want to build a second temple, mate. Like, it's boring. This might be, I'm curious what you guys think. This might be one of those games where I think I just build Earth 1 as halflings, I build 2 dwellings, and I pass on some coins, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but that's reasonable. I'm just not an Earth 1 gamer. I don't know what to say. I don't take Earth 1 when it's not contested in round 1, basically ever, and I don't think it's contested here. And I'm also, like, one of the things I'm thinking about is, like, if I were Weber, I think I would be planning to play 7 structure swarmlings, not network swarmlings.
Yes.
And therefore, if I were Weber here, I'm not sure I would take Earth 1 ever. And if that's true, if Weber's never taking Earth 1, then there's
For
zero
sure.
on it.
No, absolutely. I guess the other counterpoint that I would make is I often see a lot of players say Earth 1 isn't under threat right now, so I'm going to take a different favorite tile, but I still want Earth 1 later, so now I'm building a second temple. And my argument with that is always, like, unless you are always going to build a second temple, then it doesn't make sense. Like, do you want the second temple? Otherwise, taking an econ favor only to dump all your economy back into a second temple to be very priest heavy doesn't necessarily make sense, which is why sometimes if I'm looking at this halflings game, and I haven't been closely, but if in this situation, if I looked at this and said, no, I don't really want a second temple as halflings early, then that's when I would just go Earth 1 as my temple, maybe. I think
second temple is often good for halflings. I think this is not a very appreciated thing about halflings, but, like, because, like, I want 2 upgrades early, like, I want shipping, like I want to get to, like, B2, B3, A7, like, connect through the north, you know. Like, I also might want to send some priest to cult because there's pretty good cult rewards in this game. Like, it feels like a game where I want 2 temples as halflings.
Fair enough. Then if you do, Fire 1 into Earth 1 looks really good. For sure.
Yeah, and I've seen some really good 2 temple halfling games.
For sure.
I think I'm going to go for that. I think my plan this round is to go. I think I'm going to go for the temple for Fire 1. Given that's my plan, I'm going to play E10 now because I might as well not give the leech to Weber this second.
I guess so. So you give it to halflings or to dwarves? I guess it.
Well, dwarves could see either way.
I mean, I get it either
way.
I guess.
E7.
Oh, they're getting 2 this turn anyhow. Yeah, fair enough.
Just here, I'm going to take Earth 1 because I'm undecided about which econ favor I want.
Yep. So, I just want to talk a little. Sorry, go ahead.
Normally I go Fire 1, Earth 1, but in this particular setup, I'm feeling like Earth 2 is actually the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's coins for Earth, and you have a very small start, and also there's an Earth dig you get for free.
The other thing as well is with Earth 2, if I can get a decent pass tile, I can save my priest and build 3 dwellings next turn, which I think would be really strong. Because I get the cult dig, and then I've got 3 priests. So I can build f5, g4, e4, or I can build e4, d3, c1. Like there's a lot of things that I could do, and I think that my economy is super great if I can get coins to do that.
Whoa, Weber, you upgraded? You didn't take either of the power. I guess power are.
No, so I just want to talk. Just want to talk quickly about my game. So basically, what I'm trying to do now is I realize that I can take h7 if I want it, if Darklings can open Sanctuary, which they can. What it means that I have to do is I have to pass before Darklings. So I would have loved to take the coin action to ensure Darklings can't get it. Or I also like the idea of taking another priest and sending it to water. That would also probably give me Darkling's pass tile, but then I lose that hex. And I've been thinking about this, I noticed some people in chat also caught up to this as well. But it's just like, I'm prioritizing the hex over anything else. And so what I'm trying to do is get through my main moves. I don't have time to take coins or priest or even build a temple. I think what's happening is I'm passing next action. I'm curious what Super's doing. If Super passes first,
actually, I'm passing for the double dig.
Yeah,
here.
so if you're passing
100%.
Right. So if you're passing for double dig, then what happens is my cult spade goes on h7 and I take single dig first action. If Super stayed in, then I would pass. My cult spade would be g3 and I would axe6, h6, h7.
And wait, if Super does pass here, then like you actually cannot pass, right? Like you can take the coins and then pass. Is that correct or no?
No, if Super passes right now, I need to at least secure single spade. Otherwise, I'm digging h7 to black, which is really bad. It's also Darklings only have one. Go ahead.
You're gonna pass before Darklings anyway because they either build a Sanctuary or they just build h7 here.
Yeah.
Well, what I was thinking was like,
but if he builds
Darkling Sanctuaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if imagine Darkling Sanctuaries. So like if your Darklings in that
Which
spot,
is what I'm gonna do. I just wanted to respond to something in chat before I did so.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say like, is Darklings actually? I guess they are then going to pass the next move. I guess, yeah, I was thinking there might be a chance they would send a priest off, but like maybe that isn't that. I guess that's probably not right. Okay,
doesn't do anything.
Well,
yeah. I'm gonna hold on to the priest.
If Darklings holds on to the priest,
unless there was a specific pass thing that I was looking for, because I do really want to get either the 4-coin or the 6-coin tile, ideally. And
you're also not getting it, just so you know. It's decided at this point.
So
okay, I haven't been paying attention to that.
If Darklings, I know at this point that Darklings are going to build a Sanctuary because no one in their right mind wouldn't. If Darklings send a priest to water right now, I then respond with either a coins action or just a temple for water 1. But the moment that Sanctuary is built, even with Darkling, if they had enough leech for a power action or if they still had a priest in hand, I can't trust that they're going to stay in the round. The moment I see a Sanctuary, I'm passing. That's what's happening. And where my cult spade goes depends on whether Super's in front of me or not and what power action I can guarantee.
And what I was going to say to Deranged in the chat is that it wouldn't have made a difference if I went Earth 1 first, because I still would have been 1 short of the power action. And I went Earth 1 first just because I wanted to see if there is a world where the pass tiles make it so that I would rather have the coins, which I actually should take a quick look at. So who's passing on to the coin tiles? We're saying Dwarf still has some actions to do, so there's not going to be available. And then, yeah.
The Dwarves are passing right now. So Dwarves about to pass onto the 7-coin tile, right?
Yeah.
And if that happens, then it seems very likely that either me or Stormlings will pass onto the other coin tiles. I don't know which of us will do it, but like, I just think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
So I think you need to live in a world where you're not getting more. I mean, you could still get maybe the 3-coin tile out of it, but I think it's unlikely that you get anything better than that at this point.
No, I think that's probably true.
Also, L4 just redeemed IRL word band worker. Whoops, I just said it.
What does that mean?
Someone help me with the rules for that. I created these and I totally forgot how that works. Am I not allowed to say the W word? Or none of us are for a certain period of time.
So we're not allowed to say that word at all? Is that a game? I'm in.
I need to firm up the rules on my stream. I'm still a rookie, folks. Let's say for the next 6 minutes, unless someone in chat can clarify how the rules on this work, we all have to refer to them as, I don't know, Hungry Hippos or something until 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 minutes.
I'm gonna refer to them as my employees.
Your employees? Oh.
Well, I guess given that I'm not getting 3 coins, do you guys still think that Earth 2 makes sense?
I never like Earth 2 Darklings no matter what.
Personally,
I've never personally
been
a fan.
I always go Fire 1.
Yeah. But
no, I guess that's true. Yeah,
I might take Earth 2 anyway, but I I think
Well,
it's
you
close.
get a spade this
I'm not
turn
gonna-
this way.
Yeah.
You have a
The spade is why I like it. Yes.
The spade's good.
Yeah. No, I think the spade is good. I'm gonna.
I
Sorry,
mean,
I'm gonna
does taking the
break with this.
spade and then passing for some amount of coins, is there a path where you can end Temple 4 dwellings next round now?
Although
Well,
with Sanctuary opening, I'm not sure you need that cold dig, and some coins would be probably better to build those dwellings, because you're not getting any coins next turn. Probably like one from the trading post pass tile. That's all the coins you're getting.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
no,
true.
I think he's gonna get 3 from the dwellings tile. Or
That's what I
4 from
thought
the.
I was getting 3 from the dwellings
If
tile.
I'm passing for 6 coins, what are Swarmlings passing for? Trading posts?
Well,
Or 4 coins in a cold step?
I don't
Allows them
know
to.
between those two. I think it's close between those two for Swarmlings. But like,
I think
No, I guess it's devastating if I think this is good if I get the 3 coins, but I think it's disastrous if I wind up on the 1 coin.
Also, Weber Chicken's had an interesting idea to stall a bit,
Oh, well,
pass
I
for
meant to do
the
that, but-
pass
oh,
for
well.
the big building tile and go Sanctuary round 2.
Yeah, it is an interesting thought. Yeah.
Well, I locked in. You guys convinced me to go back to Fire 1, but Earth 2 is more interesting.
I'm not getting more leech, so that's alright.
My problem with going Sanctuary round 2 is my Sanctuary would be on H4, and then H8, I11, and then I have to triple dig I12 before I get a town. Doesn't seem super fun. Also, taking
That's
H7
true.
from Darklings. I mean, Darklings don't hate having to double dig a yellow,
H7
but it does slow them. It does slow them down.
Isn't H7 where you want your Sanctuary? Am I mistaken?
I think H4 is where you want your
I mean
Sanctuary.
H4 because you're taking H7, so H4 is where you want.
Yes.
And H7, like, I'll take it if it's available, but that's not like super high priority.
Yes, H4 is where
like
H4 is where H4 is where I want my Sanctuary for sure. So yeah, I would have a problem if my Sanctuary wasn't on H4. My point is that Darklings will dig H7 next turn pretty quickly if I don't have it secured, and then I lose I10 presumably. So I can take H8 and I11, but then in order to form a town in the east, I would need to triple dig an I12, which is doable late, but it just like delays my town there. In order
right, so you're taking H7 and then you're Sanctuary on H4. So Sanctuary next round is great, right?
Yes, but someone was saying delaying to get the pass tile. My point is if I delay to stay in the round after Darklings, then I lose H7.
Oh, that's probably true, yes.
I mean, I might have enough leech, and I'm just going to stop talking and think about this to...
I mean, well, I guess one thing that I would say is that there's an argument for me not to take H7, and actually I think I don't want H7 because I really would like to get the leech from you to pick up coins. And so I think that you building H7 to I10, like spending 1 more dig, because I've got 4 digs this next round if I want it, between the Cult Spade and 3 Priests. And so double digging G4 or D3 just doesn't matter that much to me. And so I could see a case where even if you left H7 open, that I wouldn't take it. Like maybe I would, but I think it's more likely that I would rather dig on H5 and get more leech from like E9 or something.
Well,
right.
It also, Weber's passing up a lot here to get to H7 next. Like Weber could take coins and priest and secure the 3 spot on water if he stays in the round, and then like I don't know. It's proposed by chickens that you just ban your strongholds. Like that's not important. Like just like
get the big building pass tile.
Yeah, you get the big building pass tile. You get coins and the priest. Like I don't know. It kind of sounds better to me, to be honest. Just because like
I'm not convinced that it's worth rushing that, because the only thing that you miss out on is maybe a fast town.
That's also,
and like I said, I'm not even convinced if I hit H7. Like you can get the H5 G3 town via Sanctuary if you take Sanctuary next round. I honestly like that more for you to get onto that pass tile.
And I mean, you should still get the single dig, no matter what. So you can always single dig H5. You always get to make a TP next round. You never get like blocked from spades, I think.
Because instead of using your Cult Spade on H7, you can
also
use
is there a world where Darklings take Temp Ship and go to H5 next turn?
I think there might be.
Although we don't have coins, That's
it just kind of depends on where the coins wind up. So,
well, if you're taking temperature, you don't get coins, so you cannot build those dwellings. So,
yeah, I'm just trying to think of how many. Because I would wind up with 5 power, which isn't enough to do anything interesting. So I think I just pass on to the bonus tile, which also gives me a couple.
Don't you want to secure cult, maybe? Free spot?
Yeah, no, actually at this point, taking the 3 cult spot on water, because I'm not going to have enough coins to do to build 3 new. So yeah, I agree with that.
I would not do that.
Even
you can do it if you want.
I mean, you get a cold dig and 2 priest next turn. I mean, how many more digs you will need in this game?
Wait, but like,
no,
you're making a very specific claim. You're claiming that having that priest the cult is going to be worth more than 2 points. Because if you just save the priest for the digging round around 3, you score 2 points, right? So is that priest water going to be worth more than 2 points? Like, that's what I'm asking you. Like, I claim it will not be.
You can even send it
I guess the digging round wasn't what I was thinking about, and so that
the digging round exists.
That's what I'm saying, is that this actually works pretty well, because I build 2 dwellings this round, and then just go ham on the digging round.
But I freely admit, I am about the most anti-Send Priest to Cults as Darklings person you will ever meet, and it is extremely hard to convince me to do it ever, and I am not sold as the
one thing that is nice about this is I don't know how much pressure there's going to be on the water cult. Like, this priest could just be worth like 4 points and a dig late game.
I think against dwarves and swarmlings there will be enough that I mean, maybe it's still 2 points though. So maybe
I think it easily gets 2 points. But it's 2 points that I'm not getting from the Darkling's power.
Right.
And
so
it's 4 points.
You get a power? I don't know.
So I'm basically
4 points. Oh yeah, wait.
It's 4 points, but I also get 1 power. I actually like it in that regard, is that might just like push it so I don't have to burn below 4 coins or something. I'm gonna run it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it might be right. I don't know. I
think it's really close, but I think that if it weren't for yeah.
What I always say in this situation is NerdCube would not approve of that priest to cult, and I'm pretty sure that's true.
5 seems fine.
Yeah. I guess it rushes a town. Maybe it gives dwarves leech early. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I guess dwarves can deny that.
I mean, now Super's game looks amazing. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out if I should send a priest to cult. I think sending a priest to the fire cult is pretty interesting for me. It's probably right. Because I'm not getting the because you took the water spot, which I think is again reasonable, but because you took the water spot, I can't send a water up water with my cult step and like get a spade there. So I think that's the way I do this. And priest to fire, I go up earth for a free coin, and I just will get two workers in whatever round that is, round 5 or whatever. So yeah, that seems good.
I just realized actually it was a mistake for me to dig F5 as opposed to E4, because I could have gone 2 digs on D3 and built 3 dwellings. So that is a bummer for me, I guess.
Points for that?
What?
I mean, would you get enough coins for free dwellings?
I've got 3 coins to start the round, and I've got 3 coins in my power. So that's 3 workers, 6 coins.
That's true. Although, are you going to start next round with 0 coins?
Yeah, no, I guess that would be the thing, but I can slow roll the digs to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's right. I don't know.
No, but I think what I do instead is just build 2 dwellings, F5, E4, and hope that I can like pass on to the priest, and maybe I'll have enough power to do something good. Yeah, I definitely should have dug E4 just to keep the option of having 3 workers or 3 dwellings.
Thanks for looking out for me, L4.
L4 is really redeeming all kinds of things right now. I don't really know what's going on.
Well, posture check's a cheap one, 100 points, but it's, you know, it makes sense. Like, I should just not play Terra Mystica like a caveman. There's a bunch of stuff I wish I could do. What I would love to do is take the coins, take the priest, send a priest to water, build a temple for Earth, for water 1, build a dwelling in I-10, and put my trading post down there this turn, and then pass onto the big building pass tile. So the question is, like, I'm trying to, in my mind, determine, like, is anyone interested in that pass tile? Halflings might be. It's 2 workers and a coin. Like, that's probably better than a priest. Maybe they take the dwelling tile, though, if Darklings pass first. Darklings might just take tempt ship, because that gives them a coin action and some places to dig, maybe. Like, but I'm trying to figure out, like, the likely, like, how important that pass tile is for me. It allows me to justify getting my sanctuary out next turn. Anyhow, I think what I definitely need are spades, and so I'm taking a priest, sending it to water, and building a temple for water 1. What I don't know if I'm doing is building a dwelling in I-10. I'd like to do that because it just allows me to not give Darklings Leech. I can upgrade on I-10 instead.
I think if you're taking the priest and sending it off, you're basically saying that you are not getting the 2-worker tile. I think that is true, which is fine, but, like, I think you should know, because the thing is, priest action plus send priest is 2 actions.
Yeah, for sure.
That's too many actions.
Well, it would be 3 actions, so yeah, so Darklings have... Well, that's the thing. I don't know that Darklings are going to pass with a big building bonus when what they want are coins.
Well, that's true, but then, like, I mean, how many actions do I even have? I have
I don't
2?
Know. 1,
I don't know.
2?
I think I'm going to build a TP, build a dwelling in temple next turn is, I think, my current plan. And if that's my plan, then, like, unless I might not use my cult step because it doesn't seem incredibly relevant. So, like, maybe I pass instead onto that. Or maybe that's not the tile that I want. I don't know. I suspect I have tempo on it if I want it, and I might want it.
Yeah.
I've only got 1 action left, unless I get the power to take coins.
Well, I'm giving you a power.
I appreciate that.
It's not enough power.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm wondering in this situation is, do I convert a worker to a coin?
No. Sorry, finish your thought, but I'm sure the answer is almost no.
So worker to coin makes it so that I can pass next turn and guarantee a 4, and I don't think anyone else is looking to pass this turn. And so that sets me up with the ability to pass on to the big dwellings tile, which recovers some of the workers that I lose, and I get the 7 coin action.
How do you certainly get a 7 coin action if you still need to convert a power down? Because then your power is 1, 3, 1.
So I get 1 power from the Earth income, so I'll be 0, 2, 3, and so I burn 1 and take the 4 power 7 coin action.
If you spend a power right now, you're at 1, 3, 1.
So what I'm saying is, I've got 2 workers and 1 coin, and I want to build 1 more dwelling. And I could either convert one of my power to a coin, or I could convert one of my workers to a coin.
I would do neither, personally.
You just pass right here?
I mean...
You have 6 workers.
Yeah,
I guess converting a single worker to a coin just to get the worker back is basically a wash. So it's not any more helpful.
So what I'm doing though is I'm preserving my power so that I can pass next turn.
But you just pass right now.
Yeah, you
take
just
the big building tile
and not dig. Like from an economic standpoint, converting worker to coin is better now in a sense because you would gain. Let me finish the thought. Like, right, because you'll gain the worker back, but it's a wash. And the other thing is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
I'm completely missing. For some reason, I think I tunnel visioned on the idea of getting as many dwellings as I could on this round.
I guess it's worse by a point, but the dig is a point better next round. I would pass for big building
yeah, no, I think you're 100% right. I missed that.
Yeah, I would just pass for the big building, pass tile, and open with a 7-coin action, or tempt ship if you want to like race to h5 and do fancy stuff there.
Yeah.
But one of those two seems good. Big building
Probably
bonus
the way
seems
I'm
really
feeling
solid.
is like Super is crushing us, by the way, and I'm not sure what to do about that. But I think that's true. I know Super hasn't said anything in the last 10 years, but like he has a bajillion dwellings, a bajillion coins, and I just don't see any problems with his game.
Still considering 2-key town here.
Ooh, that sounds great. Oh, just dwelling, TP, 2-key town, something. Oh no, dwelling, TP, 2-key town. Steal it from Swarmlings. You win Earth.
Something like that.
That sounds very, very good.
Yeah, that looks awesome. So you would end this round with Temple, 2 dwellings, 2 TPs.
3 dwellings, actually.
You have 6 workers.
I built 2 trading posts
oh,
and 2
yeah,
more
yeah.
dwelling.
Yeah. I'm playing Swarmlings, so dwellings don't normally cost 2 workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's not clear-cut chickens 003 whether or not I should have built that, because I don't think there would have been any competition. Basically, I lose out on 2 points for the dig round, and I gain 1 coin.
Yeah.
And I get 1 point and 1 coin in exchange for, or no, I get a coin for a point. So actually, I think I should have built.
Wait, why do you get a coin? I'm sorry.
So by converting a worker to a coin, I'm building a dwelling, so I get the 1 worker back in income. But yeah, so that income basically is though that dwelling produced 1 coin of income. I get 1 more resource in total going into the next round.
That's true.
And it comes at a cost of 1 point. And so I think passing was perfectly fine. But I think that I have 1 more point or 1 more resource and 1 fewer points if I build E4. And then I suppose it also protects me from like a weird world in which like somehow halfling steals E4 from me. But I don't think that's the world we live in. But yeah, so I think that if it's just a matter of spending a point to gain a coin, that's worth it for me at this point in the game. And I don't think there was any risk of anyone taking the pass tile. I guess maybe there's a world in which Weber wanted that.
Sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what my next round looks like. Specifically, I'm trying to figure out if I'm shipping next round. Or if that's the following round.
Can you get double dig?
I get double dig next round if I want it.
Yeah.
Super's gonna build something near me.
Yeah. Well, you can also call pump fire. You have a power income that almost does it.
I don't think I even need to call pump fire, but yes.
Yeah.
So I think my line next round is I could pass on a temp ship.
Yeah.
No, but I guess that doesn't really work because I can take G2, but then like I can't, if I'm double spading G2, I'm not double spading like stuff in the north that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could. I guess regardless of all this, I'm cult spade. I think I'm cult bumping Earth because it's 1 coin.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not trying to give you. Well, you're probably going double dig, but I'll try not to give you enough lead for coins action this turn. unless Warmlings is taking it.
Yeah, I'm always taking the coins action this turn.
Well, I had the option of taking it to burn down to 4 like several times.
Yes,
but
you did.
I declined all those options.
I mean, without burning to below 6 power tokens. Yeah.
Eshek, there was a coin on the pass tile for yeah.
Yeah. So it's two workers. So I think the calculation is two workers over the utility of a dig, a wash for points and a wash for coins. So
I accidentally when I was waffling about whether or not to convert that worker to the coin to make that move, I did anyway. So that's great.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's disaster.
Yeah.
So let's see. Super's giving me 2. So Super's giving me 2 more power when he builds that TP. He's going to give me at least 2 more power. So I'm getting a minimum of 4, a maximum of 5 additional leech. So I'm guaranteed double dig. So I could pass on a temp ship. I could double spade G2. I could upgrade ship once. That gives me 2 ships, and I still can't know it. So I'd have to.
Yeah, aren't you just passing for the dwelling scoring, taking double dig, doing G2, building a temple, and you're pretty happy passing for 4 points, sending a priest off, like.
Yeah, that's probably
priest
fine.
to earth, like taking, I don't know what favorite tile you want. Probably just Earth 1 comes with a coin.
Earth 1.
Yeah.
Yes, Earth 1.
Yeah, and then it comes with free power. Like I think that's what your next round looks a lot like to me. I think.
Yes, I guess there is. I guess there is actually an argument for Water 1, but it's probably just Earth 1.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I guess the argument's that you get Earth 1 later, probably.
Yeah, it's like it's possible I should take whichever tile is whichever one of them is more contested. But I also hate Water 1, so if I miss out on it, I miss out on it. I'm an anti-Water 1 player. Air 1 is just better Water 1 sometimes. I don't know. Super doesn't even want Water 1 at this point. Like, it's fine. Super's game is so good, though. I'm extremely jealous of Super's game.
Yeah, the worst with this much leech. It's
pretty awesome.
Predictable, actually.
Well, I mean, we beat you down pretty far, but like it seems like maybe we should have been farther. I don't know. This looks incredible to me. Like it looks like to me like you're going to like win network, like have the most cult points.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
So there's this minor thing I'm building on F4 so that you're pretty much forced to take double dig if you want, just in case Wormlings decide to go for Earth 1 Sanctuary next turn, first move.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna double dig G2, and if I lose Earth 1, I lose Earth 1. But yes, that's fair. You can force me into it.
So I'm either taking G2 or Earth 1 unless Swarmlings do not go for Earth 1 either way.
Yeah, if whoever wants Earth 1,
he can have it. Is happening, but
I don't know. On Earth 1.
I think there's basically no way you do, but you can take it if you want it.
I mean, am I building a sanctuary next turn?
Yes.
Why? I mean, it's at this point.
Oh, I guess maybe not. I guess there's a round 4 sanctuary then. I think.
Well, he doesn't have many workers though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have needed to not build that dwelling, and like if I was on the pass tile, I could justify it. At this point, like I don't know.
Yeah, Weber, I don't think your game is going great. No offense, but
no, I don't think it's going very good either.
Like the combination of like dwarves having the 2-key town, like you not being on the 2-worker tile, like any of the first 2 rounds, like it's just like I don't know the exact ranking of where I think people are doing right now. I think it's very clear that Super is 1. I think it's very clear that Weber is 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether me or Chris is doing better. I think it's like pretty competitive.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Seems about right to me. I'll just.
To be clear, in response to like the question of whether doors were underbid, I will point out that I didn't think it was obvious they were getting a spade round 1. I think the spade round 1 was very relevant, but like I agree that everything else was completely foreseeable.
I guess with our starting locations, it was kind of foreseeable though that dwarves were going to get the spade.
Or it might be underbid.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just wasn't sure in the auction that G5 F7 G was going to happen. Like that the halflings and darklings were going to play out in this manner. But yes.
Well, both
Yeah,
of
so
you
now
are
I'm
placing my dwellings next to me, no matter in what configuration. It's
I guess that's
F5,
true.
E10, or whatever. I always get that much leech in the first seat.
Yeah, but like,
because
if
both
we
of you
But
are
the
think,
building
way
next
with
to
us
me.
on opposite sides, you get the leech from both of us building up. Whereas if both of us had wound up on the same side, you're not going to get the leech from E10 and F5.
Super, it's not that you get less leech. It's that if we start in the other positions, you don't get any digs in round 1. That's what happens, and that's why it matters. Because swarmlings will single dig G5 in round 1.
Oh, yes.
And because of that, like, you won't get any spades. And I think the spade was really relevant because that spade also allowed you to single spade for like 2 dwellings in round 2. I mean, double spade for 2 dwellings in round 2. So like, I think that first round spade was like extremely relevant to everything that's happened since then. But yes, even despite that, doors may have been underbid.
So I hate that I didn't build E4 because I think that forces me to put the dig on G4, which is fine in the end. I've got enough digs to go around, but I think with halflings having the shipping bonus, that just like is
I'm
too
not on the shipping bonus.
disastrous.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm not on the shipping bonus.
Oh, well, that's I guess I looked down and you were still on it last turn. Oh well. I think I dig G4 anyway this round because I've got enough resources. But
Wait, oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. You dig everything. Yes.
yeah. But I think what I probably do instead is go E4 D3 C1 D2. I'm just gonna run up that.
You can create some pressure on H5. Maybe, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Swarmlings want to single dig it.
Yeah.
I might actually get a single dig here just to, you know, mess with you, but that's probably not
Via
even
tunnel.
worth it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you could play.
Yeah, I have to tunnel at some point, right? But it's also, you know, additional two points for a spade. I guess I'm after dark links, so I might just go for temple here. For Earth 1, hope for the workers' power action. Do a jump or 2, something like that.
I'm actually just gonna take H5 now.
Mm-hmm.
That seems good.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
It's a little ugly, just like my town is just chilling there, just waiting to happen, and I'm like...
Well, there's still pressure on G3, right? Darklings can just go there.
It's true.
Pressure on G3.
I'm assuming that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I need shipping to do that.
If they
Yeah,
really
I'm
want
trying to think,
mess
is there
with you.
any reason to slow roll my digs this round? I don't think so. I guess maybe I want to go pass on to the dwellings tile this round. But let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 more digs and 3 build actions.
Okay. Yeah, I'll temple for Earth 1 now. I was thinking about if my order mattered at all. I don't think it does. It's fine.
Your temple for Earth 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because I think I'm also sending a priest somewhere as well. Because there's not a tile that like I really care about, and I don't know whether I'm sending my priest to like fire or earth, but yeah. It's possible this is a game where I'm going to try to win fire and do nothing on the other cults, and if that's the case, maybe fire makes sense.
I think my plan is just to try to pass back onto the TP tile. Like obviously I don't have much else to do. I could send a priest off, but I think like my call pump is sort of intended for like a later worker on fire, and I think that's sort of what I agreed here is just like call pump on fire. Like I could stay in the round to send priest to earth for 2 more coins, but I've got quite a few coins, so it's probably just call pump to fire, pass on TP bonus, assuming it's still there, and then my priests next round just go to fire. And then I still won't be on the big building pass tile, but I should just build Sanctuary for 5 points to be able to pass for 6 on the TP.
Makes sense.
Oh, I still have to build a trading post, so I'm 2 more turns. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can just make your trading post and then assess the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So it's sort of that order, like...
And like one thing I think we all need to be thinking about right now is like water 1 is going to go, all the water 1s are going to go next round, I'm pretty sure. So given that, like, we need to be thinking about like the order of things happening. Because for example, like Super could Sanctuary for water 1, I could Sanctuary for water 1, Darkling is interested in Templing for water 1. There's like a lot of, like, and those things might happen very fast. Like, is the coins action a priority over that? Like, I don't know. So I'm keeping that like really carefully in mind as I consider the passing play of this round.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Darklings are up to have a long round, which means I'm thinking they'll probably pass last. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess they've got 2 more dwellings to build. It might not be as long as I think. I'm hoping...
I'm trying to decide if I want to dig D3 one at a time to guarantee that I go last.
Right. I would love that, because then what I would try to do is build a Sanctuary next round and pass for your big building pass tile. You know? Am I going to greed this worker? Probably. I'm going to.
I mean,
I also just want to win at fire.
Well, I don't want to let you do that, but you might get to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's true. You're halflings. You'll toss a priest to fire next round anyhow.
Yes, I'm definitely going to send 1 priest to fire. I don't know about the second priest, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing in this manner, I'm also going to be. I think I'm not shipping next round. Is what I think is happening, because, so I think my next round is going to be like really anemic, like something like Sanctuary for water 1, 2 TPs or something, and because that's my plan, I think I'm passing on to the TP tiles. What I think I'm doing right now.
Right.
Because I have nothing else to do. I have all 7 workers and 13 coins. Yeah, I should be able to Sanctuary double TP. So, and then like send some priest to fire. Like that's like approximately my plan. And yeah, that seems very, very, very convenient for me. I'm not really playing a great economic game right now. My expansion is going to be pretty late, but I assume it'll be fine. Hopefully these fireworkers are enough to like get me kind of through the tough part of this.
Yeah, perhaps. I think that was possibly a massively game-losing error. Well, I was probably already doing very poorly. I knew you were building Sanctuary next round. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me that you would just want to town up. For some reason, I thought, like, a worker and a coin, does he really want to build TPs as halflings this early when the 7 coins sitting there? Anyhow, that was really silly, because now I'm passing.
Yeah, but I have 8 coin income. I mean, it's very relevant.
No, it's true. It's true. It's totally true. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. You guys are now playing fire enough that maybe I'm not going to be winning fire, but I would like to win fire.
Yeah, so now in hindsight, I think doing the 1 slow roll wasn't actually a great call on my part. I think that I'd really like to get onto the dwelling pass tile if possible. And I mean, we'll see if it's still around. Although I wouldn't hate the shipping tile, just being able to hop up to B2, B3 next round is also pretty good.
Yeah, and I acknowledge that like I'm risking that happening by not shipping early enough, and I don't know. I might be this just seems so good for scoring. I don't know. It's possible I'm messing up this game.
Yeah, no, and I think I want to end the game with, or end this round with a TP. One, just because my worker income is great, and two, because that gives me tempo on, or water one.
Ugh,
yeah, well,
disaster.
I mean, you might miss water one anyway, but
oh yeah, it's entirely possible, but I guess actually in that regard, I think I'm going to build my trading post before I build my dwelling, just so if I have the option to pass on to that dwelling tile.
Yeah, I don't know what Super's gonna do here.
Yeah, I'm considering actually passing for the dwelling past tile and taking water one. Also seems pretty good for me.
That makes sense.
I mean, what else I could do? I could make a jump for additional dwelling, but I think I'm gonna build Stronghold this game. Anyway, it's still points and I still have a couple of hexes to jump to. So that means I'm not getting much worker income out of the jump right now.
So you're considering passing or doing what?
Yeah, I'm considering passing actually. Well, the only thing I'm left with is making a tunnel.
Yeah.
Which is alright, but I think between making a tunnel and taking the dwelling past tile and securing water one if I want to, I think the latter is better.
Yeah, now notably, I think air one is totally fine for you, Super.
It's true. But, also true.
Like, just because, so the reason I'm saying this, like,
There's
Super already has a TP up, so like, it's like Super could like take air one, make a TP or two, and then like he passes for like 3-3-3. It's like 9 points. Like that is worse than water one probably for him, but like it's probably not a lot worse.
It's also, you know, about denying water one from Darklings, which aren't doing that bad here. They're staying at 44 victory points with Earth 1.
That's true.
Bunch of coins come in. They pass for 4 here.
And you're also denying no dwelling tiles. You actually are denying darkness a lot.
It is, yeah, going in front of me. I definitely made a mistake in slow rolling my dig on D3. But even if you go in front of me, I don't hate the game plan where I take past shipping and then just start expanding.
Sure.
And then that means I only need to build one temple for Fire 2 if I want to do a 3-town game. I think here, because I'm on, if I take the past shipping, that gives me 4, so I am going to convert a worker to a coin.
I think if we were building sanctuaries here, you're getting leech from us. From halflings on E6 and from me on either E9 and F6.
Yeah, no, that is a good point.
That's free leech that you could keep in mind. That will secure your coins action unless swarmlings are taking it, but they're having 27 coins next 29 actually coins, so
no, that's true. I actually don't need to let's see. How do I undo that conversion? Or can you not undo reset?
Go to conversions, hit reset. Yeah,
hit reset. And chickens, just to go back to your question, your question might have been from a while ago, planning for 7 structures or a network push. I'm not planning for a network push at this point. That question might have been prior to when favor tiles broke last round. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, overall, I'm not entirely sure. Not passing for the trading post bonus was just terrible because I realize I'm towning up next turn most likely, and it's not like if I take a cult town, it's that call plunge didn't even give me a worker anyhow. It was just like I often make small errors in Terra Mystic. That was like a pretty bad one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm still as planned. I think I'm gonna first action Sanctuary because I want Water 1, and I don't want to give anyone else the chance to take. Like, I don't want to lose Water 1, so I don't think I care about the coins action that much this round. I mean, it would be nice, but it's whatever. I might be playing Bizzle Halflings, so I don't know.
Just securing this hex for now. I don't imagine Super would double dig that, but I don't know. Before he gets any wild ideas, I'm securing that and then hoping the workers come back to me.
I mean, I think Super's going to take Water 1 and Darkling's going to take coins, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, you can get workers.
I'll take whichever is left over between 7 coins and Water 1. And I'm honestly not too sad in either direction. Like, it'll take me a while to really be able to exploit the Water 1 because I don't have a whole lot of adjacency.
So Water 1.
So Water 1 is gone, and so I'm just going to take 7 coins, and that's pretty fine.
Yeah.
And I've got shipping this round, so I can basically secure all of the territory that I'm going to need for the rest of the game.
Derange is asking.
I do kind of wonder.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh yeah, I kind of wonder if this, if going for like a bigger econ setup puts me onto a stronghold next round, since I can't do Water 1. Like, I don't know. I don't hate that.
Well, is there an argument that you could consider Temple for Fire 2 here? I mean, getting another priest income is pretty good. That comes with an additional worker, and you might actually build your towns right now. They get ship towns, get more hacks.
Yeah, I guess build B2, B3, D2, and Temple on F5.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's 4, 7 workers, and that's 8, 14 coins, and 2 towns. Yeah, no, I don't hate that. And that still leaves open the possibility of doing like a stronghold. Maybe that's less good than.
So, AJ, are you apt to probably maybe upgrade digs? Like, at this point, like, you need to upgrade ship and digs, kind of.
Yeah, I acknowledge that. Yeah, I was thinking my plan was 2 TPs, 1 ship, and then next round, like, I hope to get to 2 ship and fully upgraded digs by the end of next round. Is the plan here?
Right. Do you need a priest
I acknowledge
action?
that's like a lot.
Sorry, upgraded digs and 2 ship. So I guess.
Well, priest action will be one approach. My approach is going to be priest town. Probably. I could also go for 8-1 town, but it's one of those two. I think.
Right.
I don't think priest action is going to be too contested at this round or next round or basically ever. The appealing thing about 8-1 town is it looks like the fire race is going to be really close between me and Super, so like the one step on that could really matter. Like the earth race is pretty close. Like there's a lot of call points undecided.
Yeah.
But I also know how many more priests I'm sending to calls, so there's that too.
Actually thinking maybe Temple for Fire Freeze isn't that wild of idea.
This round?
Locking up. Yeah, looking up fire cult to secure just a cult.
At a cost of 4 points when you could just do it.
Two more workers.
It seems expensive, not great economically. It's -4 track points, and you gain, I guess, 4 on fire.
Well, I get
I don't know.
5 power out of it for the cost of temple and priest. I'm gonna have enough priests either way, so I can just send it there. I'm looking up a cult, and I'm getting 2 workers out of it. I'm looking at the second town that will give me a key, which should be enough to win air before anyone jumps to it.
What's wrong with just double dig here? Or, like, you need...
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean...
You need C3 and C4 at some point. You have the power for spades, like...
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Or just taking H6 before Darklings invest 1 priest to be annoying, like...
The fact is that I don't need to do it right, like, this turn.
No, but those are 2 things that you need to do.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see a lot of... I'd be sort of considering one of those 2 lines personally, I think. Either just, like, securing your connection and... I don't know. Stuff.
Yeah, although my connection isn't under threat here.
It's not.
So...
It's just... Yeah.
I'm securing C3 with either double dig or single dig. Halflings are not double digging anything here, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
That should be pretty safe. Well, on the other hand, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for fire free here.
Really? All right.
For better or worse, yeah, sure. I have enough coins, I guess, for now.
Also, something I just want to touch on briefly is, like, how is this network race going to shake up? Like, I could have made a push for network, obviously, in this situation. I didn't.
True.
Perhaps I should
Dwarves
have.
wins and Darklings gets second.
Darklings gets second? That seems really crazy, but, like, that's kind of what this is looking like.
I just don't think that Halflings is going to be able to connect with me taking B3.
No. You're going to beat them to B4. Well, E8 and...
I'm not sure about that. Yeah,
E8, D6.
Like, E8, D6, B5. I think it is unclear whether I'm connected or not this time. I might connect, I might not. It's probably going to depend on, like, how much it looks like connecting will score me. So I don't know. I'm not yet ready to commit to the claim that I will certainly not connect. Like, at the very least, connecting will score me 6 points.
I think it's 12. Like, it probably, right? Like, if Darklings aren't going to... Well, I guess if Darklings 2-ship to... No, because Darklings could 1-ship to A7, A8, B4, B5, and try to go 1-ship 12 network points. Or
That's
it's
true.
3-ship. I think if they're doing the 1-ship stuff, then you connecting is just 12 points for you.
Yeah, so on the whole, I don't know. I may or may not connect at this point in time.
Yeah, one thing that I'm thinking about right now that has me tempted to go the B3 A7 plan instead of like B3 D2 and not town up this round is that I actually think I can build up a pretty good economy, get a stronghold next round, and then build fire 2 on round 6 for the points. Because I think I don't want to build more than 2 more. I don't think I want to build more than 1 more temple at this point.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, although building the temple this round also scores 4 points because it makes a priest for 2 rounds and a priest.
That's true.
Sorry.
Mostly I'm just thinking about coin economy, and if I build 2... Yeah, if I get fire 2 this round, that kind of puts me in an awkward spot for round 5, where I don't really have a whole lot that I can do. Because I don't have any coin income and I don't have any power income, and I would much rather pass on to a pass tile. And so basically what I'm giving up by not towning up this round is maybe I don't wind up with the priest tiles, the priest town tiles, but if I take a stronghold next round, that gives me more than enough priests.
Right.
That makes sense.
like I really am not convinced that that is the play, but I could see ending this round with 2 trading posts as opposed to 0 trading posts. Oh no, I guess I would still have 1 trading post. So that even opens up the possibility of connecting through like E8. I don't know. I think in any case, I'm gonna take advantage of the ship. What this does sort of expose me to is A6 becomes a little more vulnerable if dwarves decides to make a move for that, which they very well might.
Wouldn't that be good for you?
Do you even care? Like, just carve out a nice town. Like, I don't know, take A5, A4, and you've got a town. Like,
yeah, no, that's true. Mostly just it seems like a natural way to get a town without needing to worry about building trading posts is just to run B2 through A8.
It's true.
Well, you'll need trading post spots in this game. You have 1 more as of right
yeah.
now.
I think A6 would be a blessing. Like, that's adjacency on 2 spots, because right now, yeah, you only have 1 other spot you can build a TP.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is dwarves are going to want to connect through C4. So B4
they're
and
B5
going to
be prioritizing.
Is a very attractive town spot.
Yeah. No, so I don't feel any pressure on yeah, no, I think my game plan for this round is just to go get my economy as big as possible and then try and convert what I can next round. It might be wrong. I definitely could see the case for doing a double town up this round, but the other thing as well is that at this point, Fire 2 just doesn't, like, I'll still take it, but it doesn't give me any points on the fire track.
Well, it gives you a worker.
It gives me a worker this round, but so I still could. Like, it's, yeah, that's definitely still an open.
What's wrong with just a temple and a TP this round? A temple for Air 1 and a TP? Like, I think in this position, you're building a temple in round 4 because you're Darklings, you want priest production. You're building a temple in round 6 because if you can sneak 2 points out of a temple in round 6 on a cult, it's 6 points. It's not terrible point conversion temple events in that regard. It's like, it's not repeatable, but I see a temple. I would have seen a temple this round and a temple in round 6 for you. Seems pretty clean.
Temple this round and Stronghold next round. You have tons of like.
Yeah,
stuff.
and you're just passing onto a boatload of coins. So like.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. Initially I had wondered whether or not I would be able to get onto a. Well, actually no, because Super doesn't have any moves left.
Yeah.
And so I get the dwelling tile.
And if you don't, then you just get...
The main concern is just, can I do as much with 3 coins going into next round as opposed to 10 coins going into next round? And I kind of, mostly I'm interested in going Stronghold round 5, Temple round 6.
Well, someone's asking about, Deranged is asking about 4-town Darklings here, so...
That would be... I mean, maybe that's... I think I'm gonna delay the yeah.
Something I want to point out is that based on how your round went here, I think it's possible this was just a better line for you, regardless of whether the dwelling tile is available or not.
That the line of going big econ and maybe 4-town, or
you're saying the temp ship here.
Yeah, no, I actually agree that the temp ship was a blessing in disguise. Yeah, I don't think I I guess, is there anywhere that I can build a cheap TP? So no, I can't.
No.
Which is a bummer because that would have been
Yeah.
really nice. But yeah, no, I just pass on to. Then I've got, yeah, tons of.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm wondering if workers or coins are better for me here.
I mean, you want to upgrade. You're not upgrading ship anymore, are you? You're kind of, I don't know what you're doing.
I was going to go to 2 ship this round was my plan and take E8. But maybe that's wrong.
Suddenly, I'm concerned about your game, Andrew, and I'm very interested in Michael's game.
No, I actually think that Four-Town Darklings is not as stupid as it sounds here.
No, I mean, you'll have neighbors. Dwarves are coming to C2.
It's definitely a little stupid, but it would be awesome if I could pull it off.
You go to C2 in the nearby future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know you want me there, and halflings aren't very likely to go there. Take it from me. So I can delay that a bit.
Yeah, you would need a stronghold and a temple, and then build everything else. And you have the neighbors for it, and the temple would be in round 6 or Fire 2.
Okay. I think what I'm thinking about right now is whether I should build a stronghold.
No. It's 9 points, and guess I don't know.
I acknowledge this time that I think I maybe should have shipped earlier.
Yeah. I mean.
So I could take coins. I have 20 coins. Ship is 2, is 11. Yeah, it's a crazy number of points. But then I want to make some dwellings. And to make the 3, yeah, so I think I need workers more, potentially.
What? Really?
Well, I need both, but no, I guess coins are. Let's see, coins, stronghold, 6.
What?
No, oh no, I guess coins are better. Okay, coins better. Sorry.
That's all good.
Yeah, my game's gone off the rails. I think I messed it up, but regardless.
And Deranged, I think that is the plan that I kind of like, is Stronghold E5, and then dig to make sure I open up space for my priests, and then just pass on to coins and take the 7-coin action, at which point I think I'm in pretty strong position for round 4.
So I obviously want to town up this round. I want to dig I-11. I think AJ's going to have a longer round this round. So I think that the way I can slow play this is by upgrading digs twice and digging I-11 and towning up that way. It's 3 turns to town up. I'd also love to get a priest to water. Of course, I'm short priests. Long story short, I think I'm taking workers here, upgrading digs, judging AJ your turn, and then possibly taking priest and sending that to water and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I need to pass on your pass tile. So anyhow, I'm going to start this party off by taking workers.
I mean, yeah, you have priority on my pass tile, so as long as you're wrong, as long as mine, you just get it.
Yeah,
that seems likely.
If your round was going to be really short, the way I do what I need to do this round is just like single spade I-11, town up, send a priest to water, and I'm good. I could be out of this round like pretty quickly. But I'm once again doing anyhow. I need to upgrade digs at some point. I think this makes sense. It's like every round I end up doing too many things and missing pass tiles, and it's really ugly. But
so rarely use Stronghold on Darklings is the conversions. That's not the the limit undo afterwards. It'll give me the special conversion afterwards, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just asking you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It works intuitively.
Yeah, it should show trade 1, trade 2, trade 3 at the top.
Yeah, trade. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. And yeah, like chat was saying, it's possible that B4 could be sniped from me, but like it's not like you've had a disastrous Darklings game if you can't get your 4th town. So yeah, I don't really care if it's not.
You're really hoping dwarves come to C2 because you want to start building dwellings. Like you need a dwelling on C2 to TP to build a dwelling on B4 to TP on B4. Like you're sort of short that one neighbor right now to. Yeah. It might be an expensive. Well, I guess you can't expensive TP anyhow. What am I doing? No one has the power for the priest currently. I'm just upgrading digs. Drain says it's a disastrous game for anyone when you can't get your 4th town. Yeah.
That's just that.
Yeah. No, so that's definitely a question now is if you change transformation, just dig that to brown.
Seems good.
Don't use. Yeah, no.
Hey, are you delaying here?
I would love it if Super built C2. He's probably not, but a man can dream. Basically, I need to spend one priest to open up space, and then from there, I'll decide if I can.
So this is interesting because so AJ's at 2 ship, which means in 2 turns he can be on B4, which means Michael, you have to build an expensive trading post this round.
Oh no, he has. But he would like to upgrade his digging first, I guess.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. What
I'm not upgrading
about?
my digging. I'm building a stronghold.
No, you're not.
Oh, true.
You're building a stronghold and then using your spade on E8?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's spicy.
And then I'm taking E8.
I think this is the first time where I think that's a good move. I on stream I'm just saying I think building a stronghold as halflings might be an okay move.
Oh, it's great. So the best part is I'm spading E8, G7, and I7. I think.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, and then like the plan is that I can town off the G7 dig, and that town will be a worker's town, so I can make more dwellings.
And you're forcing Michael to build. I mean, maybe he in a normal competitive game you wouldn't know this, but anyhow, it's open table. This is forcing him to secure B4 by building a trading post right now.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Or I guess he could just dig it to black is the thing, because that means that yes.
I'm definitely going to dig it to black.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave it for free. The question though is, if I build an expensive trading post and a dwelling, that's 11 resources, and as of right now, I'm only sitting on 10.5 resources.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I'm not convinced that building the expensive trading post is worthwhile.
Well, you're technically sitting on 14.5 resources, but we won't go there. That's getting into some pretty greasy territory. But yes,
but I'm going to turn
absolutely
B4 to black and just dream that Super gives me C2 because he's so kind.
Well, this is one of those classic things that often happens with dwarves is you're sort of playing chicken with darklings, because you're just being annoying to Darklings by not securing your hex, but at the same time, like, it's always so weird to not secure a hex next to Darklings late game when they're packing like 5 priests, right? That this happens so often on base map with C2, and then eventually someone spite digs it or something, but...
Also, coming back to your expensive trading post, if you did that, that may force you to take worse towns next turn, because you would have less resources.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now that he's dug that to black, I don't think I need to rush it. So I'm just gonna build G7 and take my workers' town. Just secure the town that I want very badly. Just worker town.
So at this point, I think it's too much of a resource loss to try and go for the strong trading post. And instead, I think just passing on to coins and taking the coin action at the start of next term is worthwhile, unless Super decides to put C2 and get a bunch of leech from me. Which, you know, sometimes that's what you want to do.
You're not saying you should do that, but you're not saying that.
Exactly.
To jump to.
Power's valuable. It's really in his interests, is what I'm trying to say.
I wonder if I actually should build a stronghold here. That's a couple of points, but...
I mean, how many tunnels do you have left? 1, 2, 3, 4? You have 2 to 4, depending on whether I muck with H6.
Maybe I should just build a couple of trading posts and dwellings and skip stronghold entirely here.
So at best, it's a wash workers wise, and so you're just converting 6 coins to 5 points, possibly 9 if you, well, you're not getting the big building pass tile. So Dwarf Stronghold just never usually seems that good. But
yeah,
like a dig upgrade's just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably dig upgrades are probably better.
Maybe. I guess a dig upgrade, if you're not actually using the utility of the dig, then is 6 points, and you know it's a priest into. I don't know. It's good if you're going to get on the big building pass tile, but it's underwhelming in this situation. I guess it towns you up now, so what does that do? I mean, you can always town on D4, but...
Sure, so I guess I'm just going to build a dwelling and see if you want to mess with my hexes here.
No, I think that was actually good. It would have been tempting for me just to like dig H6 randomly.
I probably should have done that earlier.
Yeah. No, when I was slow rolling the digs. Although with this leech, this now does give me access to a... Oh, and it gives me a cheap... I guess I need my trading posts on B2, B4. But I've got enough resources now to do a... Yeah, I think that actually seems worthwhile. To do an expensive trading post. I guess I could do the expensive trading post, or I could do a cheap trading post on G4 and take the coins, which I actually don't hate. That's just like...
Why would you want to build an expensive trading post here? Are you still thinking about 4 towns here?
4 towns is what I was thinking about, but do I need... I actually don't need... I've got 1 to spare, so this doesn't even cut off doing that. So yeah, I'll run that.
Also, L4 has redeemed a mod poll. One of my mods is playing at this table and is probably a little preoccupied, deranged. Can you do a poll?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Damn.
Do inform whether I should be accepting 7 for 6s. But people need to know.
All right, so halflings are building at least one more dwelling. All right, so I'm just doing this.
You should be careful, Weber, here. Because if Darklings passes, it's tempting for me to take the dwelling tile.
Yeah, no, I'm building a TP. Like, I'm getting my fast moves out of the way because I don't think anyone wants a priest. So my only way, I mean, I can stay in the round really easily now with upgraded digs. I don't really need to worry about it. But what I'd like to do, if I needed to slow play, would be to take a priest. But I'm not slow playing. I've been fast playing this round. Other than, well, I upgraded digs twice as opposed to taking single spade. That was the thing that I did.
So I could pass, but also I don't hate getting onto one of the victory points tiles, and I think I can build a dwelling on B4 and then upgrade it to a trading post. And I think that just gives me as many coins and tempo as passing right now. And I think getting a victory points tile would be quite strong for me.
I mean, if you're 4 towning, though, passing for 6 coins a cult step and a 7 coin action can't be that bad if you're limiting resources coins.
I guess my thought is I've got two workers, 7 coins, and 4 power, or I guess 2.5 power that I could spend right now to improve my economy.
By what? Building a dwelling and then 3 power to a worker for TP?
So if I build,
Oh, you
B4,
towned up. You're not 4 towning. Never mind. You're 3 towning. Yeah, I see.
I mean, I could still do the 4 town.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you still just need a...
We've just been banned from saying another word, is my understanding.
Okay, I don't know. What is another word?
No, the word has been stated. I just can't say it.
No, I know. What is another word for the word which we can't name what it is?
Oh, I would say victory units.
Okay. I guess I actually don't hate a priest here, even if I don't use it this round.
Yeah. So I acknowledge that my game is in a very weird place, and it might be rancid. But on the other hand, I do have 82 victory units, and like I have dig upgrades still coming in, so that's like 12 more. It's like, and I'm passing for 8, and like I don't know, I have Earth 1 Water 1. Like it can't be like that bad, right?
And you have what? This is probably going to shake up as 4, 5, 6, 8 cult points.
Yeah,
and
8 cult victory units, yes.
No. Oh, sorry, cult victory units. And then are we doing network here? Are you getting network victory units here?
I would say my network prospects are dubious at best at this point.
Because it would involve D6 and, I mean, other stuff, but I mean, that's the...
Yeah, I'm not convinced I'm scoring any network points at this. Network victory, god dang it, victory units at this point.
And Michael, are you gonna, like, are you planning on going to 3 ship?
So honestly, one thing that's kind of interesting to me is skipping the 4 towns and triple taking D6 off of 1 ship. Which Like, I can basically, depending on how the pass tiles and opening actions work out, I can either. So, if Super doesn't pass this turn, then I pass for 6 coins, take the 7 coin action, and see if I can live the dream of 4 towns. Which I think I would actually be pretty close to doing that. I haven't done the numbers. If I don't have enough coins to go ham on that front, it could be interesting to try and get connection with one ship because I've got tons of priests. That's not going to be a bottleneck for me. Um, and I think actually, if I can take D6, that's pretty nice because that could put me in contention for first place on Colt.
Right.
And so I think the B3, B2 to A3 town will be the last thing that I do, and I'll sort of be keeping an eye on whether or not I can make a play for winning network. But here, I don't think it's worth trying to slow roll for a pass tile. I think I'm just going to take the 4 coins action and be pretty happy with it. I guess how many coins do I actually need? You can always use more coins. I'm not going to slow this down.
Okay, so if you're passing, I have to figure out if I'm passing. So if I stay in the round, I can send priest to air. I can take the E8 tile. So I can essentially I get 2 more workers if I stay in the round, and workers are extremely precious to me at this point in time.
Why do you get 2 more workers? Priest to air is a worker.
And then building a dwelling is a worker.
Ah.
I have plenty of squares.
Squares?
So yeah, I have E8 and H3.
Right.
So I basically I have to figure out if this is worth it. I think passing is probably better, is what I believe is the case. Because that tile should still be worth, a handful of victory units for me. So I think it's fine, and I can take a workers action, then I'll have 7 workers, 4 of them go up and dig. I have 3 plus 2, so I'll have 5 workers to work with. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay, I'm passing.
You're passing. So there's no option in the poll for 3 towns. It's basically like 2 towns or 4. I'm obviously passing here.
This is a great poll.
It's excellent. The polls are good.
I'll say I've got the resources for 4 towns. I just added it up, and I don't need anything to go my way in terms of leech or any particular town tiles. I can just take the points town tiles and do it. Which maybe that's the dream. Yeah, I'm no chump.
Chickens is predicting Darklings take coins, and then everyone takes fire too.
That would be.
You might want to open fire too. I was thinking about that because I need 3. I'm probably just building, I don't know, a lot of temples. And at a certain point, what are they for? I don't Super. Also, I just wanted to you played the air track really nicely with that priest bump. I really like that. I'm pretty sure that's just gonna lock up. I can priest to air to force you to air too, basically.
I'm actually considering taking a priest here and
doing it to air. Do you overproduce that if you do it?
I'm getting another worker from the
then it probably just
cold
makes sense. Unless you need other resources. I like that.
Yeah. I also can simply take the priest here. Yeah, I don't need to build another dwelling, I don't think. Well, I'm taking priest, and right now I'm considering either using it as a cold bump so that I can maybe air 1 next turn.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Or I'm just looking at another trading post. because why not? But yeah, just using it as a bomb seems right.
That seems really nice. Air 1 to lock up the cult. And you'll be able to do that whenever you want, really.
Since Darklings aren't probably interested in R1 in the nearby future.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense. Something that I think is funny that could happen is, okay, imagine I don't connect, right? Which it seems likely. So imagine I don't connect. Weber and I could be in a network race for 6 points.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's like you have 7 and I get to 7 pretty easily, but then like my 8th is kind of difficult, and so I don't know really what happens then, but it's probably amusing.
You have tempo on D6 from Darklings. He doesn't have enough dwellings to do it.
I mean, I could advance ship and then triple dig D6 in the next
true.
2 moves, which is kind of an interesting thing for me, because I want to advance ship once no matter what. The only risk then is if I do that and someone decides to dig B5 away from me, then I'm kind of in a sad spot.
Are you really?
Not really. Basically, I feel like I should have 3 towns no matter what. And if I raced for D6, then that puts me into a position where I could possibly wind up with not enough priests to do everything that I'd like to. But I think being able to take network overall is actually just really strong.
Darklings do get fire too.
Yeah.
Which made sense. I would have taken fire 3 here, but it's just like there's only so many favor tiles that actually even make sense, and steps on fire are probably points on halflings.
Yeah, I think I'm going to advance shipping and have the option to triple dig D6. I don't think there's anything else that I'm racing for other than that.
It costs me nothing to just take E8 and make you do it, so I might as well make you do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I guess I'm not like really threatening it because like I still want to upgrade my digs. So
yeah, no, I mean that's sort of the thing is it. I would rather not go super aggressive on it, because I only have 1 dwelling out right now, and so I really would rather build B5 and then TP B5 before making a play on D6. And I guess if you make the full connection through B6, you do get 2nd place or even 3rd place. So there is some risk for me. But
yeah, but I'm not sure how worth it is for me to do with Sans upgrade digs. I mean, that's really, really, really costly, and
yeah.
I really would like my digs to be upgraded.
Yeah. What I'm trying to figure out though, because basically if I build B5, I can't do D6 until I've upgraded the temple or gotten a trading post. I guess I don't need D6 to have good network because I could just go triple shipping. And so that's not really something that, like, I don't really care. Because if you get D6 and B6, I think I still have you beat on network. Probably.
Probably, yeah.
And so I actually don't, like, I think it's kind of a nifty thing if it's there, but I don't actually think I care that much about whether or not I get D6. Because I also don't care about which of you wins the network race.
I'm strongly thinking about taking D6 myself, actually, here, with a hard dig.
Yeah, I mean, what that does for you is it basically puts me out of contention for first place in network.
Yeah, and also I'm running out of easy hexes for myself. I have only one more jump and 2 hexes to just dig and build without tunneling. D6 is one of them. If I want to build temple for Ur1, well, I don't know if well, that's a lot of points still.
Yeah.
I was thinking about upgrading digging here, but that costs a lot too. And honestly, I'm not sure which line would be best for me here. And I have to make the decision now. Yeah, I guess I have enough coins.
So you're saying you can't take D6 and temple for Air 1?
No. I mean, if I do, I was also thinking about upgrading digging. You know.
Oh.
For hard digging right now is a bit, weird.
Double spade action is available. You could never upgrade digging and take the 2 spades.
Yeah, but
true, but that's
Where's he parked the other one next to me on I-12? I guess, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or a tunnel somewhere, but.
Oh, right. You could just tunnel. Yeah, of course. I totally wasn't calculating the fact that D6 is obviously not a tunnel.
D6, A10, for example, is possible.
Yep. A12.
You have to ship so you can reach it.
Not A10.
Mm-hmm.
No, halfling. Who? Who can reach A10?
No, nobody.
Yeah, A10's safe. A12, halflings can hit.
Right. But that means I need to build on D6.
Yep.
Therefore, I will need another 2 workers for another tunnel to build on A10.
Yep.
So just give me a sec.
Might that not be preferable? Because like in round 6, aren't you just happy to part with 2 workers for 4 points?
True. Although getting trading posts is also nice for me.
Yeah, but don't you have enough for TP, temple, 2 tunnels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, isn't that 10 workers?
Yeah.
You have 3 priests. I guess you're out of coins. You would need. That's 12 coins. You wanted to temple TP 2 dwellings. I don't know.
I mean, I probably have more workers than coins for my stuff, so double digging doesn't give me anything here. And worst case scenario, I can always tunnel and hard dig at any point of the game. I'm not sure if this is correct. I still have C2 to jump to. I'm just gonna go for it.
It's a little dangerous for sure, but it might be right. I don't know. Yeah, to me, the main.
Therefore, Darklings can just dig C2, but
that's the risk, I think. to this.
But as I said, that means I'm coming there, and that opens the possibility of fortowning here if he wants to.
I mean, that's true.
I'm not sure upgrading shipping 3 times as Darklings. 2 actually more.
Yeah.
No,
I actually think
Super, you're still on
looking at-
conversions.
Yeah, I was just
Oh,
double
okay.
checking.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I actually realized
It
that
took a while, but-
upgrading the shipping once instead of using upgrading a shipping via town tile kind of changed the math on 4 towns, where now I'm not 100% certain that that is going to work for me. Trying to decide if just building B5, I guess there's not really a race. Who is close to building a town? Am I competing with anyone, or do I just get my pick of towns?
Nobody's
I don't think that.
building
Yeah,
any
no one's
towns.
going to build any more towns, so there's no rush there. So I'm just going to take my territory.
So yeah, Deranged is asking in chat if you can get to 4 towns at this point. I guess you have 2 towns worth of economy to factor in, like a worker and a coin town or something, which...
Yeah, so the idea was going to be that I build, if Super came to, oh sorry, I need to do conversions. If Super comes to C2, I can get a upgraded trading post. I could have used, so I'll get a priest from one of the towns, 5 digs to get A3, A4, A5, and then I need 2 more. 2 more. So basically, I'm short 1 worker and 2 coins and adjacency. And so I think at this point, because I upgraded shipping, instead of using a shipping pass tile, which is what I should have done, if I hadn't done that, I actually don't even think I would have needed the adjacency. I could have afforded just to play B3 upgraded, but that kind of required me having kind of 1 spare priest that I could convert to a worker. I guess, what if I took the worker town and the priest town, convert 1 worker?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I could delay you here. I have fewer actions, so I might as well just go for it right now.
Yeah.
Should make a big difference.
I guess I've got the cult bump, so that's 2 coins. So if I go 6, that's 6 coins, 9, 12, 17, 2 coins. Yeah, so actually I've got the coins. And if I take priest and 2 workers, I can do it. I have no idea if that's actually better or not, but I'll do it for the chat.
Oh, you should definitely do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep. So now the play is, let's upgrade confirm. Actually, I think it's slightly better to do this one right here.
So AJ, what do you have for the rest of the game? Like, what's your sort of end game plan here?
Sure. That's a reasonable question. Not that much. I mean, I'm just finishing upgrading digs right now, and then my plan is mostly to make 3 dwellings, because all of my dwellings are 3 for 3 because I'm on the dwelling tile. I still have 3 dwellings to build. Doing that also secures me the 6 network points that I do desire. So I'm pretty much just going to build 3 dwellings, and 3 dwellings is going to exhaust essentially all my resources, very, very close to all my resources. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with like the dregs I have after that, but for now I'm just getting those dwellings out.
Right.
Like, one question is like, should I accept Leech? Well, I'm not accepting 7 for 6, but like, because Leech is like, I'm converting like stuff into VP very efficiently at this point in the game, and so it's possible I should be accepting like 3 for 2s and 4 for 3s maybe. I don't really know, but yeah, I'm pretty easily gonna get out my 3 dwellings, and maybe my last thing is a ship upgrade for 4 points. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly not going to have like an embarrassing score, even if I'm not going to have a great score. I do think I was probably supposed to take temp ship over the TP tile in that one round and just like not build my sanctuary, delay it till round 5, and I ship that round instead of Darklings. Probably what I'm supposed to do, but you know, whatever.
I'm gonna double check, make sure I need 3 coins for 1 more TP, 5 coins for a so 8 for the temple, and then 4 on top of that. Right. So I've got the cult bump. So is there any world in which so I don't need this?
So wait, sorry, how many temples are you making, Chris? The chat is pointing this out. Do you need to make 2 temples to do this 4-town thing?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I thought that I had so 3 no, so I'm gonna be one of the
Oh, true.
You need 2 temples, 2 trading posts, and a dwelling.
Yeah, so what I had thought, I've got 8 dwellings, and so 3 in the town on.
Oh, I guess you could.
E5 Z1, 3 A3. Oh, yeah, no,
go ahead, Super.
Yeah, no, I missed.
Michael, hold up.
Oh well.
Go ahead, Super.
That's only because you overbuild your first town. You know, in order to build 4 towns, they need to be in a specific order.
Yeah, no, 100%. I made a mistake. I was thinking that I would have, for some reason I wasn't counting the B3 to A3. It's the dream is dead, but that's okay. I thought I had 1 more dwelling to work with than I did. I don't think there's any way I can do it at this point, so I'm not going to. Sorry, chat. Let's decline.
Yeah, which is fine. Derange is just pointing out it's just air 1 instead of fire 2, higher VP towns. Build a trading post over here on D3, E4 next to house.
Yeah, no, so I
totally fine.
Yeah, no, I kind of muffed that then because I could have built the towns on D2 and A10 and not had to build. But I was
network here too.
Yeah, no, I think I still make a play for network. So I'm going to upgrade that. Don't use. I think I still am going to fire 2.
Andrew, what do you want a free power for? Try to counter your resources.
I don't know. I just want a free power.
Oh, you just. Fair enough.
Yeah, it might have been wrong for me to go E3 instead of B6 and A13. That's certainly a fair criticism. I was when I did, I was just thinking like that.
Well, if you go B6, you don't get network points.
Oh no, wait. Oh, that's true. No, I had to do it this way. Yeah. See, I thought about this. Yes, Super's right. I can't build in the east because then I don't score network against swarmlings, and I need those 6 points. That said, I also do want this free power. I was also thinking that like I almost have enough to upgrade shipping and build a dwelling, but yeah.
So I think now I take the shipping town, or I guess I definitely take the priest town, just for points. Oh no, maybe I do need the shipping town. I can evaluate what I need for the next one, but I think I'm gonna make connect my network fully.
I mean, if you connect it fully, I think you still beat Super, right?
Tie for network.
I beat me.
I tie, but I can build one more dwelling.
Yeah, Darklings being able to beat Halflings North here is just like so good.
Yeah, so I definitely misplayed this round based on not doing the math right. Yeah, no, if I had built the expensive town or the expensive TP on B2 instead of G4 last turn, although building the town G4 gave me the coins, which let me get my economy rolling even faster. So I don't think it was.
I don't think anyone wants this leech. I'm trying to delay a little bit. I'd rather upgrade shipping and not. Just I guess.
Yeah, so I think at this point I just want to build. I think I want to build a TP and a.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, Super?
Yeah.
I wasn't
I was
sure because
about,
it gives you the leech for a temple, eh? So.
Yeah, my trading post is better, probably.
Trading post is better.
Well,
you're on the TP tile. Yeah.
Wait, Super doesn't have a temple.
It's probably the same.
Oh, Super doesn't
If
have a
I
temple.
accept this, that puts me one short of having the
if I got
resources.
One leech, I could actually single dig for an additional dwelling.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out if I can take. Oh, actually, no. I can take. I can accept this and then take a more valuable coin town to get that last shipping. So I actually think this is worth it, although I could be totally wrong.
There's no more shipping towns.
Not the shipping town. I just need to advance shipping one more time, but I also need to build one more. I need to use all of my resources. And so what I'm trying to figure out is how can I think I would have had to take a coin town if it weren't for that leech.
Yeah, I think E3 was probably worse than H1I2. But whatever. I did what I did. I did probably the harder. I was kind of checked out because my last round was so straightforward. I wasn't thinking about it very hard, I admit.
Yeah, there's nothing left for me to do apart from this training post, I guess. Whom I want to give leech to?
Who are your options? You had TP?
Yeah, one more free. No, it doesn't matter for entry here. If he gets one more power, I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No. And I'm not accepting. So you just do it on H8. Yeah.
Yep.
Goal 7 for 6.
Yeah, I'll just take the priest town.
That game last round, that would have been better last turn.
Okay, so just quick check. I could send my priest to fire and then still build my dwelling. Does that do anything? I don't.
Well, if Weber wants to upgrade his shipping, then...
I mean, I have water too, right? So it might do something barely, like
It doesn't change because there's nowhere else you want to use it, I don't think.
Well, right? It's more like
it
if I don't use it there, I get a resource point.
I mean, I'm probably... Oh, if you don't use it there?
So if I just convert my priest to a worker directly, instead of doing 3 power to a worker... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I score a resource point.
Yeah, if you just...
So that's probably better.
Oh, I see. You don't need to convert it to a dig because it's the 3rd resource for a resource point. So you priest to fire and pass for 2 resource points.
Well, I'm considering, okay, it's fine. My options are either priest to fire plus dwelling on E2, doing a 3 power to work conversion.
Yes, yeah.
Or just build E2 right now with priest to work conversion. And
the fire is probably better, isn't it?
Probably. I'm building another temple, I think. So it's just a matter of like, I'd probably then take, like, my options are limited, so it's probably just fire 1 for a single cult step.
Sure.
I would rather water 3 and then a cult step on fire 2. Like, that might cost me a resource point. I don't even know. I haven't done the math. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, you're right. Whoever's building a temple, then it's not right.
So I'm still getting second fire, winning water, like, upgrading ship, and then passing with some amount of resource points. It's might be a coin more efficient if you didn't send your priest to fire for me or something. I don't know. Well, it's a half a coin more efficient.
I'll just build the dwelling and score my resource point. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste too much time on this. The game is basically over.
Yeah. Look, how many coins do I need? 6. So I think this is just oddly water 3.
All right, GG. Let's hope that's enough.
3.
I think I end at 132, which I think is not enough, but it isn't a horrible score. Oh, wait, maybe it's 133 because I didn't count the resource point. Yeah, something like that.
Maybe 3.
Oh, wait, I didn't expect that. Okay. Who knows now? Wait, why would you do that?
To get power.
Oh, it was a call step. Oh, okay. No,
Yep.
Yeah.
Deranged, you bring up a good point. Could I have gone 3 dwellings and a ship upgrade? Then I probably should have just taken 6 points. It would have been better swing on it. If I can still go ship upgrade and 3 dwellings, that's certainly better than the temple, obviously, by a lot.
I don't know if you could have done that, though.
Okay, then
Where do you build your... Oh, maybe. That would require you to dig.
Yeah, so it would have been 10 resources.
Yeah, so it looks like I end up losing out on 1 point because I didn't, or like I need to get 1 more pass through one of the gates.
Is that what those are?
And so,
like on the, oh, I see what you mean.
Just because I need to upgrade my shipping once, and I need to build 1 more dwelling, so I'll just send a priest there and be mildly bummed.
I see.
That's fine. Inefficient, but yeah. So I think, yeah, I'd have to look back and see. I think I slightly mismanaged that, but a-okay.
So I think I'm 137 here.
Yeah, you're going to very narrowly beat me, I think.
Really? I'm narrowly beating anyone? I will take it. This was a comedy of errors.
I think I messed up too. I think I tried to, I think I was too clever. I should have just played more conventionally, gotten shipping.
Yeah,
in round
well, there was a
4.
funny round there where I really wanted you to jump onto Temp ship and allow dwarves basically to interrupt your center town, and that would have given you northern expansion. But it was double dig in a dig round to secure a town or something. Like it seemed really like that was the round. I think you took G2 and double dug.
Well, no, I liked that round.
Yeah,
you're talking about round 3. I'm talking about round 4. I think in round 4, which is the round I went Sanctuary Water 1 TP. I think I should have passed on the ship tile, not messed around with these TPs, and just that round gone for shipping. Maybe still build a Sanctuary, maybe just not build a Sanctuary and just like not have Water 1.
This was round 4.
And then just like, and I could have taken the coins action even. Yeah. So the line is I take the coins action, which I didn't take.
Yep.
Then I upgrade ship twice. Then I just go to the north. That's the line.
You take coins in the north, and Darklings has water 1.
Yes, and I think I took the wrong end of that trade essentially.
Yeah, you might.
This game was actually really, really close.
Yep. Yeah, and you were crushing early on. I don't know.
Econ Darklings, 3 more towns.
Well,
winning network.
And I think I just have it.
Yeah, you do.
Wait, do I come in second here?
Yep. I'm actually first.
This was okay, this just goes to show how good Swarmlings are, because for the record, I played absolutely garbage here.
Yes.
That pass, thank you, AJ, for backing me up on that. Like, seriously, this is like, yeah, go back and watch if you want an example of a disaster of a Swarmlings game, yet I still managed points somehow, because Swarmlings are just stupid.
Well, okay, here's the way I actually feel after seeing the results of the game. Given these scores, it is my opinion that Dwarves were accurately bid.
Yes.
Because...
Interesting.
And I also think, given these results, Swarmlings were substantially underbid.
Yes.
Because I think things went, like, really, really, really badly for Weber.
Yes.
Like, I think... Okay, I disagree with some of Weber's plays, but I also think Weber had some bad breaks. And, like, I think that, like, it's easily possible for Weber to have scored 10 more points. Like, maybe 15 more.
Oh, yeah.
Possible. And so, given this, like, and I also think that Chris, like, kind of like me not going north, like, when I maybe should have, like, gave Chris a bunch of points that he, like, maybe didn't deserve. So, deserve is the wrong word, but, like, he could have easily down.
It was a very positive break that in most faction evaluations, you wouldn't have expected Darklings to end up in this board position.
Although I did take the north on the first turn of round 3, so it wasn't like it was just completely delayed forever. Like, you would have had to invest a good deal in shipping early.
And it was round 3 that you took it, so I go back to my point, AJ. It was round 3 that you double dug G2, which I don't think was incorrect, but that's where the game, you were digging south to G2 while Darklings were, am I wrong? Well, Darklings all of a sudden were on B3.
Wait, I thought Darklings went on Tempship round 4. Am I wrong?
No, it was round 3.
Because round 3 was the dig round. That's where the game swung hugely. You could have passed on to Temp. I'm not saying this is good, but the play would have been you pass on Temp Ship, take coins, upgrade shipping or whatever, and get to B3, and then Dwarves take your town from you.
But that's much more awkward. In round 3, I don't know if I can do it. That's much more awkward for me, because that is a whole host of problems. Like, I can't get the digs and the priests. So to, like,
I guess you had a TP up.
Like, I have to get 3 shipping in that world.
You need to pay for 1 extra shipping and a spade. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd have to go back and look. I thought there was a line.
I actually could be wrong. Maybe it was round 4. I'm trying to remember.
Does anyone in chat remember?
Okay. I don't know if it's round 3 or round 4. My general opinion is I liked what I did in round 3. I hated what I did in round 4.
Fair enough.
But anyway, here's the way I feel after seeing the results of the game. I think Swarmlings were substantially underbid.
Yes.
I think Dwarves were accurately bid. I think Darklings may have been overbid.
Yes.
Because I felt like things went very, very well for Darklings, and they narrowly eked out a win. And if that's the case, then, like, we probably should have bid them less.
I think that's true. I did leave. There were at least, like, 3 or 4 points that I just, like, made small, dumb decisions that ended up costing me.
Sure.
Like, the way I managed the last round. Like, but I do agree that I think that Swarmlings should have won this with the way the auction played out.
So it was round 4. Was round 4.
Okay, yeah. Chickens has checked the tape. It's round 4. Yeah. What I should have done is in that round, instead of passing on the TV tile, like, when I passed on the TV tile, Temp Ship was available. I could have just passed on the Temp Ship, like, not build a sanctuary for water 1, take the coins, go to 3 ship. I take the whole north. Like, that could have been my round 4, and I think that's what it should have been. I think I should have gone for the, like, very conventional, like, round 4. Like, this like weird, like, sanctuary 2 TVs in the TV tile thing was, like, too clever, I think. No. I think the double ding round 1 was great during H. I stand by that, like, 1,000%. I don't think the priest was better for me at all. But I do think that I delayed expansion a little too long. Although, you know, like, my Bizzle Halflings game really wasn't that bad. The biggest issue with my Bizzle Halflings game is, like, when you play Bizzle Halflings, you're supposed to play cults more than I kind of did. Like, Dwarves and Swarmlings were, like, too much cult competition to, like, really succeed with Bizzle Halflings, I think. But yeah, I mean, I at least demonstrate that Bizzle Halflings is, like, a viable strategy.
Bizzle Halflings. Just in case other viewers aren't aware of that, can someone try to summarize what in the heck Bizzle Halflings actually means?
I mean, I can summarize it as a
Go for it.
Because I use the term a lot when I play Halflings. The point of Bizzle Halfling is, like, there's a very famous F2O game where Bizzle like biz halflings really heavily, and then like doesn't capitalize on like the round 4 digging round at all, and like because he doesn't get early expansion, and so he just like plays cults, like plays the track really hard, like plays the pass, and like plays extremely small and like tall, and like he ends up coming in second in this game when everyone thought he was fourth basically the entire time. And yeah, he upgrades things in round 6. That's another important factor of the game. And so like the idea of Bizzle Halflings is like you're just trying to capitalize on like the cheap dig upgrades and the like 1 point per dig, like just the inherent scoring, but like play the game as though you're Swarmlings. You're trying to be Swarmlings, but just like with a different mechanism of inherent scoring.
Right.
And that's kind of what I did here. Like I upgraded my digs in round 6 again, basically for pure scoring. And I was trying to play the path hard.
How many post dig advance digs did you do?
Oh, 2.
2. E3. E3 was your dig, right?
Yeah.
Right, because you did a stronghold, actually. You did more digs off your stronghold than your post dig advance.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
And I mean, obviously, like, I don't know, the stronghold looked really weird and stuff, but like on the other hand, like that stronghold was 9 points plus the 3 digs, which each score me a point. So it's 12 points, even discounting the utility in the digs, which have some utility.
Right.
So like I think like it's reasonable to assess that stronghold as being like 15 plus points. Which obviously is a great number of points. But I don't know. Obviously, my game has issues. Like, for example, this water one that I took scored me 6 points. Like, the water one I took was actually worse than air one.
Interesting. Wow.
Isn't great.
Oh yeah, because you also build a stronghold, right? Like building up doesn't pair well with building water one, I guess.
Oh wait, sorry, you're right. When I built the TB for the stronghold, so it was 9 points.
It was 9 points. That's true.
So it was equally good as air one.
Right. Yeah, interesting. Super, any last words of wisdom? Thoughts on the game?
Not really. Probably some of my moves were questionable, but I'm gonna stick to them. That fire free temple maybe, but it came with additional 2 workers and some power, securing cold. I'm not sure really. I didn't hit the pastels very good here. Maybe my longer plays resulted in me scoring like how much? 14 victory points from pastels. Yeah, although it's not that US Rolling scored 18, so it's probably not that bad here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I took too much leech. I didn't hit the track maybe good enough.
Gotcha.
Also, the other thing is that I should have probably just picked mermaids, so nobody gets silly ideas of picking swarmlings here.
Oh yeah, that was a big misplay. I agree.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest mistake here.
Why did you want mermaids here so much more than swarmlings?
I'm just the advocate of banning swarmlings every game. Therefore, and also because of this, I bid mermaids a lot, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable with them. But I just hate swarmlings. The idea of building 7 structures, doing your own stuff, is a bit underwhelming for me. It's not my type of fun,
Right.
And especially since there's probably no way to disturb you here. Like, I took your 2 key town.
You did.
And that's probably all I could have done.
Right.
I could have made a play for H7 early on, but I committed to the Sanctuary track.
Which I think was correct, right? Like, I think...
Oh, I 100% think that it was correct.
But you're right, yeah.
I almost never have a truly disappointing game when I get Sanctuary round 1 on Darklings.
Because the thing I'm sort of confused about, like, Super, you had all the cults from me, right? Like, which are all swing points directly against me. Like, those are points that usually you would sort of rely on to some degree as swarmlings. So you took all the call points from me, and in return, I took none of your hexes. But it just wasn't, like, after your opening, I just thought you were just, like, crushing this game. But I guess I don't know how to count points. It's always so deceiving.
Yeah, I noticed actually the same. I had a couple of dwarf games where, my openings were pretty good, pretty devastating for the others, and in the end, I just didn't have enough fuel to finish up the game and lose by a couple, sometimes by quite many points here.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
So that actually, it's not the first time that happens to me while playing dwarves.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Well, cool. Well, look, thanks, guys. Appreciate. Oh, did you have another comment to make, AJ? Didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say dwarves are not fundamentally a strong faction. Like,
yes,
that's the fact you want to keep in mind.
Sure.
We did bid you down quite a bit. You had like no points in the first couple rounds when everyone else was at 30, 40.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's just a function of gray is the strongest in this color matchup. So
yeah, yeah, you started at 15. So I mean, I guess Swarmlings just should have been bid down more than dwarves here.
No, I definitely overbid Darklings. I think that partially I just wanted to prove you guys wrong on Darklings G5 being the opening.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, and maybe you were right. I don't know. I mean, you're obviously Stronghold opening is very good for you here, but it did seem like your game had a bunch of issues as well. It's
well, what didn't go well? What didn't go well for Darklings? Because again, like they got to open Sanctuary. They didn't even need to send their priest to Earth to do it. They were able to retain their dig in a round 3 digs round. They were able to retain their round 1 priest for later in the game. They didn't need to get rid of it. They were still able to open Sanctuary, and then they got the North, and they got 3 towns and Network. Like, what went wrong for Darklings here? Other than I'm just suspicious of Darklings in this color matchup. I just hate that E5 stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of yucky. So like, what should have happened to Darklings here that didn't really happen? Because from my evaluation, sort of everything happened and kind of more. Maybe there were some passes or some coin actions.
There are a few awkward small decisions that cost me points here and there, but I think fundamentally this game played out the way I had hoped it to. I think getting the North uncontested was definitely pretty big for me.
Because we're talking about blunders. Like I guess it was a blunder that you didn't get your 4th town, but like, you know what I mean? Like you got you got Sanctuary open into a round 3 dig round, which is just super strong. You got Earth 1. I guess you didn't get Water 1, so you were Earth 1, and you didn't have Air 1. You were Earth 1, Fire 2. I don't know. Maybe that's some points in there.
So there's the round that Super passed early to deny the Dwelling Pass round and to deny Earth Water 1, and my game looks really different if he hadn't done that, but I actually think my game still would have been pretty fine. It just would have taken a different... I think that I probably was better off with the game that played out, getting shipping and being able to go full econ. But yeah, I mean, basically the reason why I bid Darklings was I envisioned being able to get enough leech to get Sanctuary turn 1 and being able to put down 7 dwellings by the end of round 3 with plenty of digs. And so, I don't know. I think that it wasn't just... I think that round 4, getting the North was lucky, perhaps, or a function of AJ not playing the way he maybe should have. But, I don't know. I think the opening went the way I expected it to, or hoped to, when I was bidding on it.
I mean, to be clear, I think the main issues Darklings had this game were like you had neighbor issues a bunch of times.
Yes.
Darklings didn't get much leech after the very early game. Like Darklings got almost no leech after that point. Like, you know, none of these things were like the end of the world, but like, another thing is like the 3rd priest production came pretty late. Like, I'm not necessarily... And now, okay, to be clear, Chris played a great game. Like, a lot of things went well for him. Like, he got 3 coins action, which is incredible for Darklings. Like, it's not... I'm not trying to say, like, nothing went well. I'm just saying, like, Darkling's game had issues here. Most of those issues, I guess, are fundamental to this color matchup, but yes.
Although I would say that getting a late 3rd priest production, that was a deliberate choice to not build Temple on 4 in favor of Stronghold on 5, which gives me the same priest that I would have gotten via the upgrade. And so my priest economy, I had a priest to spare, 2 priests to spare by the end of the game, and I got 15 dwellings. So that, I don't feel like delaying that Temple was really a problem at all for my game.
I don't know. It's not really clear to me whether your Stronghold scored more than like Temple for Air 1. Like, basically, you got 5 track points, but like, would you have scored more from an Air 1? Like, and done everything else the same?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think, so when I built the Stronghold, I was still thinking, I misdid the math thinking that I would be able to pull off the 4 towns. And so there's a lot of things with, like, I shouldn't have done Fire 2, I should have taken an early Air 1. and built a 7-point town, adding D2 to the east and A10 to the north, and just had B2, B3 as unupgraded dwelling. So there's like definitely adjustments that I could have made where I think probably miscalculating on that 4th town probably was 10 points that I could have done differently with different decisions. But
I mean, what else would you do? You just score points with your dwellings and digging and network, right?
yeah.
What else would you do if you noticed that you wasn't able to build a 4th town? I mean, you
I
probably
would
would
have.
do the same, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been able to get I probably would have gone for Temple Air 1 on round 4. And yeah, I mean, I don't know precisely. I'd have to look back at the game and see which decisions I was neglecting to make. But
Right.
yeah, and I mean, even if so there's the round that you dug H6 before I could sort of block it. If I had decided to do an expensive TP on B2 instead of upgrading G4, I would have actually had the coins to afford that expensive TP, and I would have been able to do the 4 towns without that. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I definitely did not play the Darklings perfectly in rounds 4 through 6. But I think just on the back of being able to take advantage of the North, that sort of gave me flexibility to not have to run things perfectly with choices of favor tiles and temples and all that.
Yeah, makes sense. Awesome, guys. Well, we just hit the 3-hour mark, so remember when I said we were going to try to get this over in 2 hours and 15 minutes? That was a lie. Anyhow, we should probably wrap this up, and I'll let you guys go and do whatever else it is you do in your real life. But yeah, I just want to thank you three for coming on. It's always a gas, AJ and Super, to have you guys on, and Michael, good time having you on as well. I hope you all consider coming back in the future.
I appreciate the invite. Enjoyed this.
And thanks so much for everyone for coming and hanging out for this stream. I realized it was a little on the longer side, but I really enjoyed a lot of this discussion, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. I do have some more. I am going to be streaming weekly, sort of moving forward. There might be the weekend around, I forget whatever the Friday or Saturday is, but the 20th, 21st, that kind of stuff. I won't be streaming, so I guess that's in like 2 weeks from now, something like that. Yeah, the game in 2 weeks from now won't be happening. The federal election in Canada is on the 20th, and so I'm going to be completely busy like in the days leading up to that. Anyhow, but I will have games next week and the week after. I'm still scheduling some spots, so if anyone is interested in coming on Open Table, as always, DM me on BGA or jump into the Discord and holler and yell at me there. Yeah, I think we'll end it there. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.